This is the NEW Sports Showdown pregame show, your inside look at this week's Showdown matchup.
Of high football. Tonight, the 2019 schedule kicks off with two teams coming off terrific seasons a year ago. The Kewaunee Storm taking on the Kiel Raiders. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sports Showdown. Ted Stefaniak, John Mino, back for another season. The 2019 season ready to kick off week one. Hard to believe, but here we go once again, John.
Hey, I'm ready for it. I think this is so fantastic. We have an absolutely perfect night here. You couldn't ask for a nicer night than what we have here tonight. And can you imagine this matchup? I mean, both teams undefeated during the regular season last year. I mean, these are two powerful teams colliding in the very first ball game of the season. You couldn't ask for anything better than this.
Yeah, let's break the teams down right now, and we're going to start with Kiel. Take a look at their schedule or their conference standings from last year. They are a team from the Eastern Wisconsin Conference. They went undefeated in their conference en route to a 10-1 record on the season. You're taking a look at their schedule right now, but they were 10-1 last year. You know, they've got a lot of experience on this team, some outstanding players returning as they try to repeat another conference championship.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. They've got some great skill position players, but last year their defense was amazing. Okay, in 7 games, they had 4 shutouts and 3 games where they gave up 1 touchdown. Okay? You know how many points they gave up in the first quarter for the entire season last year? Take a guess.
6.
Oh, you studied your notes. Wow.
I took a guess. Is that right? I mean, 6, really.
Yeah, it is 6 for the entire season in the first quarter. So that says a little bit something about they come ready to play. I'll tell you that right now. But this will be a fun game to watch. You got a couple of good quarterbacks. You're unbelievable. It starts already, folks. It starts already. Week 1 of 11-week season. Unbelievable.
And we've been doing it since 2002. So
exactly.
Maybe that's how I know we could read each other's mind.
I think that's part of it.
Hey, let's talk about the Storm now. Kewaunee, wow, what a season they had last year. 11-1. You take a look at their what they did last year. 11-1 on the season. They lost in the playoffs, but they had a conference championship.
How do you pronounce that conference, Teddy?
That is the MONLPC.
Yes, exactly. But they're tremendous. I'll tell you what, you know, they have a couple of kids. They've got a running back that's amazing. They've got a quarterback that's amazing. Got some newer wide receivers. Got some newer guys on the interior of the line, but they got one guy. They're just going to hitch their wagon behind him, I think. Big number 50. Tanner Bartoloni is amazing. He's going to Wisconsin, 6'6", 290, as I said. Full ride. Syracuse was recruiting him. Incredible.
Yeah.
Just amazing.
And he does a great job up front on both sides of the line. He was the lineman of the year in the conference as a junior last year, as you said, heading down to Madison next year.
Athletes, right? Didn't you have one?
Yeah, they were pretty good athletes, no doubt about it.
Football, you name it.
But, you know, he does a nice job blocking for the player that was the offensive player of the year last year, too. Owen Kudik is back at running back for this Kewaunee team as well.
Only a couple thousand yards on the ground last year. Not a big kid at all, about 160 pounds, but actually I'll talk to the Kiel coach about this. Fundamental type of football player. Gets down low, squares the shoulders, gets what he can, but he's pretty amazing. This is going to be a fun matchup with that defense of Kiel going up against this offense of Kewaunee. I love this matchup.
Yeah, and, you know, sometimes in high school football you don't always get that great throwing quarterback, and I think we're going to see a pretty good quarterback tonight. Tell you what, the Kewaunee quarterback, Carmichael, second in the state last year in touchdowns thrown.
30.
Yeah. You read my mind.
Think about that, 30 touchdown passes in high school up here. And you got to remember up here, too, in some of the inclement weather that we've had in the late seasons, a lot of times those throwing teams really struggle down the stretch. Not this team, not at all. They, of course, made it to the playoffs last year, and I mean, is there a better matchup in the state of Wisconsin tonight?
I don't know that there is tonight in week 1.
Combined in the
non-conference game between these two. So this is going to be a nice measuring stick for both teams, although it's early in the season. I think this is a nice matchup, and we're certainly glad to be here.
Oh, absolutely.
Not only for the game and the weather and the hospitality, but how about this Kewaunee support group here?
Amazing.
They fill the press box again with food.
No, we'll go on my Facebook if you want, folks. There's so much food up in that press box. It's mind-boggling. Teddy has been up there for like 40 minutes just grazing. It's just unbelievable. It's disgusting. I had to turn away. I swear. I nibbled a little bit, and that was about it.
We will show you some food in a little bit.
Including the Bohemian specialty.
Yeah, Matunky. Yeah, you can go to the Showdown Facebook page as well. We did a little segment on
Cameron Moreland making a rare appearance.
He got to try Matunky for the
Yes,
first
he
time,
did.
so I think he enjoyed it. So
it's all over his teeth.
We're glad you could be with us for week 1 of the high school football season. You're watching the pregame show. Kickoff coming up at 7 o'clock. Kiel and Kewaunee, week 1. Welcome to Showdown. Sports Showdown broadcast schedule continues next week when Luxembourg Casco visits Fox Valley Lutheran. Pregame starts at 6:30, kickoff at 7. That's next Friday right here on My New 32. Tonight, we open up the regular season 2019 with a good one, a non-conference matchup, Kiel visiting Kewaunee, and it's time to hear from the coaches, brought to you by Gallagher's Pizza. Of course, Gallagher's Pizza with locations in De Pere, East Green Bay, West Green Bay, and their newest location in Swamico. Well, Kiel coming off a terrific 2018 season. As we said, a 10-1 record. That was the most wins ever in a season for Kiel, and it was also their first outright conference championship since 1984. So what do you do for an encore? Well, Mino had a chance to check in with their head coach, Mike Dressler.
Well, thank you very much, Teddy. Well, Coach, first of all, another nice night for football, but as you put it,
every night's a nice night, except some nights are nicer.
Very cool. Tell you what, you've been coaching a long time. You love this sport as much as anybody, don't you?
Yes, I do.
What is it working with a new set of kids every year at high school?
It's exciting. You know, one of the wonderful parts about being a coach is you get a chance to see a kid as a freshman, and then you watch them graduate, and just seeing that maturity and when they're getting off to go to the next phase in their life, to me, that's very rewarding.
And I bet you've had hundreds of kids come back later on and say, hey, those are some of the most memorable times of my life, and what I learned while playing football is a life skill.
That's true. It's very true. It is a life skill, and we talk a great deal about life skills and about preparing not only for a football game, but preparing every day for life.
Well, Coach, tell me a little bit about this team. I remember last year that absolute tough ball game you had in the second round of the playoffs with Martin Luther. I mean, you guys went after it just toe to toe.
Yeah, it was a good game. You know, they're a very good football team too, and you know they made a play at the end, and we didn't, and that's what it came down to.
How did that motivate your team in the off season?
You know, the kids are a lot more resilient than the coaches.
Yeah.
So, you know, for them it was, let's just get back to doing what we do and start our preparation for the upcoming season, which is here now.
Same thing I asked Coach here a little while ago. Starting off with such a tough ball game, you don't get a chance to ease into the season. Do you like that, though? Because a little bit more of a litmus test, really, to the type of team you have?
Yes. You know, when we had this opportunity, we wanted to embrace it because I've known Randy for a number of years, and looking at the people he has here and what he's done with this program here, this is just a wonderful opportunity for us.
What do you see when you look at film of those guys?
I see size, I see speed, I see power. I see a running back that has the opportunity, keeps his shoulders square. I see offensive linemen that square their shoulders and keep coming. A defense that's just phenomenal, flies to the ball.
You like fundamental football, don't you?
Well, that's what it's all about. When you take away all of the frills and everything else, it comes down to those running, blocking, and tackling.
Awesome, Coach. Best of luck tonight. Congratulations last year on a phenomenal season. Best of luck this year, and I think it's awesome for all the years you put into high school football and all the ways you've shaped these kids and still are part of the game. I think that's fantastic. So thank you for doing that.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
You got it. Teddy?
Thanks, guys. Great interview. Let's talk about Kewaunee now. And, of course, we talk about Kewaunee. It's a great football tradition here in this town. And if you think Kewaunee's been down the last few years, well, you'd be wrong. Just take a look at what they've done. They won their conference last year, but they've been in the playoffs 18 of the last 19 seasons. That's Kewaunee. Mino had a chance to talk with their head coach, Randy Charles.
Well, thank you very much, Teddy. I'll tell you what, it is a perfect night for football out here, Coach. Born and raised in this area, you've played a lot of games out in this field. These nights are special in the city of Kewaunee, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's a great thing to see the community come out and kind of rally around these guys, and it's definitely something we always look forward to every year, the first kickoff.
There's something about starting earlier now over the last few years, you know what I mean, that makes it a little bit different, but I kind of like it, to be honest with you. How about you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, everybody's itching to get out on the field and get going, so the earlier you can do it, the better off we are.
Well, I'll tell you what, just looking back on last season, you guys were just amazing, and you had, at least skill position-wise, you guys have two guys coming back that were about 4,000 yards in production last year. That had to help you sleep pretty well this summer.
Oh, yeah, it's always nice when you have some guys coming back, especially some of your playmakers that have proven that they can do some great things for you, but it's a new year, and they got to go and prove themselves again.
Of course, you got the big offensive lineman that's going to be a Badger next year, and Tanner Bartolini, 6'6", 290.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely, you'd wish you had four more of him, but, he's definitely a great kid for us, smart kid, and definitely a guy that we can rally around. around.
You know, so many times in high school football, you'll see a team that just runs the ball tremendously well, and that's their identity. Or they throw the ball tremendously well, that's their identity. But you know, in Kewaunee, you've always had good quarterbacks here. We were talking about some of them in the past, but you always come up with a real tough running back as well. That's a nice feature to have when you have that dual threat.
Oh, yeah, it's always nice when you can have multiple aspects to your game, and it just makes things a little bit easier for you.
Tell me a little bit about Kiel.
That's definitely going to be a great matchup. We're looking forward to it. I mean, it's going to be a hard battle. You know, a game I expect to come right down to the very, very end. I mean, that's a big, fast, aggressive team that we're going to face, and you know, it's going to really tell us where we're at this point in the season.
I was going to say that, you know, no preseason games here, or no easing into it. I mean, this is a big one, jumping right into the fire, your first game.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to be tested right off the bat, and we're going to see what kind of ball club we are.
Coach, best of luck to you tonight. Stop in the press box after the game, have some of the famous Bohemian Matanke.
All right, I will.
You guys really lay out a spread here for us. Thanks so much.
We try to take care of you.
You certainly do. Thanks, Coach. Best of luck. Teddy?
Do they take care of us? That's an understatement. We'll talk a little bit about the food coming up here, but we've got a good one on the field tonight. Kewaunee and Kiel. Glad you could be with us. Pregame show continues after this timeout. Well, welcome back to Showdown, everyone. Ted Stefaniak, John Mino getting ready for week one of the high school football season on a beautiful night in Kewaunee. Let's take a look at our starting lineups for tonight. We start with the Kiel Raider offense, and they averaged about 350 total yards per game last year. Tight end Nathan Goring. He was an all-conference player last year. Offensive lineman Keegan Kerber, also second team Zach Wellnitz, honorable mention, and kicker Connor Volker was a second team all-conference kicker.
And that Mahler's 228 pounds as a quarterback. That's a pretty nice size right there. Incredible.
That's a good one. Let's take a look at the defense.
Well, I'll tell you what, they've got a great defense. We were talking about that earlier, Teddy, with the 4 shutouts last year. Jason Clark was a first-team defensive end. He was only a sophomore, first-team all-conference, joined by linebacker Clayton Lepisto. Hunter Sharon Brock was second team, and Ian Clark was honorable mention.
Now we take a look at Kewaunee and that offense. We've talked about how dangerous this offense could be, or at least how effective the Kewaunee offense was a year ago, led by first-team all-conference quarterback Ryan Carmichael. And then, you have a running back who was the offensive player of the year as a junior, running back Owen Kudik. And then, don't forget about this guy, Wisconsin Badger recruit, offensive lineman and a defensive lineman,
right,
Tanner Bordelini.
I like how you roll that off there. The defense, Bordolini is also a defensive leader. In fact, he was the offensive and defensive lineman of the year. Kudik, an all-conference defensive back. Max Hannerhan was an honorable mention punter.
All right, Johnny. So
yes,
there are the details on the starting lineups, but this is the other starting lineup tonight. John, I don't know what
this
do you
is
what
the
do we have on the
Matonki.
plate?
It's the only place we ever have Matonki. What is Matonki, you say? Well, it's sauerkraut, all right, and then it's mixed with cracklings.
Cracklings.
It's mixed with cracklings and a little bit of lard, I believe, goes in there.
Yeah.
And then they press it down and then they bake it, and it's got a really unique flavor to it.
I have never had it anywhere else but Kewaunee.
Nowhere else but Kewaunee. It's a Bohemian thing. It's big time Bohemian. When the Bohemians settled here, because they said with a pig, you know, when you slaughter a pig,
yes.
they don't want to throw away anything. They didn't want to throw away anything, and that's what the crackling is. Then they
and the
boil
Matonki,
it. And the Matonki.
When you got the leftover sauerkraut,
yes,
you just
you
mix
put
it
all
together.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
There's Matonki.
And you know, we've had it just about every time we've come here.
Every time we come here, it's a tradition.
And usually they make it a little thicker, but I like this thinner version.
I like it with butter. I put butter on them.
A little butter, a little peanut butter.
Yeah, sometimes peanut butter.
Yeah. So what else do we have? I mean,
there we got.
They took care of us.
Got pork chops. We got pork chops. We of course have brats. You got to have some brats. We got brownies. We got the cheese curds. Squeaky white cheese curds. They're squeaky. That's when you know they're fresh. These are just made like Tuesday.
Our viewers are from Wisconsin. You know that.
Yes.
They know about the squeaky curds.
Yes, they do. Outstanding. Of course, the brownies, which are now on my new diet.
Yeah, and this is about half of what's
a quarter.
Up there.
It's a quarter of what's
there's
up
so
there.
much up there. So we want to thank everyone from Kewaunee for laying out the spread for our crew tonight. That is outstanding.
And you know how when they do telethons, like some fire department will say we're challenging the other fire departments. Where are we next week?
We're going to be at Fox Valley Lutheran.
We're challenging Fox Valley
You're
Lutheran.
on the clock.
Exactly.
But we've got football to talk about tonight as well. It's Kiel and Kewaunee. The kickoff coming up at the top of the hour. Glad you could be with us on My New 32. Welcome back to Kewaunee, everyone. Ted Stefaniak, John Mino. Last segment of our pregame show, and then, John, we're going to kick off the 2019 high school football season. Should be quite a battle here tonight, Kewaunee and Kiel.
Well, it certainly ended good last year, Teddy. We had those great games in the playoffs, and, of course, I'll never forget the game between Fond du Lac and Kimberly, and that was a great way for us to end the season. You can't ask for a better way to start the season than a matchup like this tonight.
And right now, the teams are being introduced right now. Kiel on the other side of the field being introduced as a team. And again, that Kiel team being led by Mike Dressler, who started coaching back in 1972. Wow, did he have a season last year going 10-1 with this Raider team.
Yeah, absolutely amazing season last year, and what a fun man to talk to about the history of football and over the years. But, they've got two different quarterbacks they play. Mitchell Mahler played 5 games last year, 22 of 41, 368 yards. Connor Volker had similar stats. As a team, they threw for over 1,200 yards and rushed for over 2,600 yards, averaging over 7 yards per carry. And then on the defensive side, 4 shutouts and 3 games where they gave up 1 touchdown. So that's pretty amazing when you look at it, and great consistency on both sides of the ball.
Well, Johnny, this is another special year for us doing high school Showdown, and of course this program actually began in 1999. Now, we were not with them.
Right.
We waited until 2002
yes.
to come aboard, but back in 1999 it was Chris Riva, John Burton, Bill Pikus were the announcers back then. Some
names from the past.
You bet.
Yeah.
Great guys, and got this thing started and keeping it rolling here for another season of high school football. We've been to Kewaunee a few times. I tell you, it's been so fun over the years going to the different communities.
Oh, love it.
Year in and year out.
Love it, love it, love it. I still think, Teddy, that some of those schools, when we tell them we're coming up to do their games, I think that just adds to the whole community experience of high school football. And you and I both believe high school athletics are so amazingly important, especially these days. So when a community can come together and support young athletes, I just think that's a great thing. It's just fun being a part of it.
All right, so we are going to take a timeout. And when we come back, we will begin the 2019 high school football season. It is Kewaunee and Kiel on the docket for week 1 of the high school football season. Glad you can be with us on Sports Showdown. We'll be back after this timeout. From Kewaunee, Wisconsin, it's time for live coverage of high school football. Tonight, the 2019 schedule kicks off for two teams coming off terrific seasons a year ago. The Kewaunee Storm taking on the Kiel Raiders. Ted Stefanik, John Mino with you for this big broadcast tonight. And, John, we couldn't have asked for a better setting tonight here in Kewaunee, weather-wise and everything else going on.
No, it's absolutely fantastic, Teddy. Nice crowd out here. And, we talked a little bit about that Kiel offense and defense. Well, Kewaunee, Ryan Carmichael, number 5, the quarterback, 1,800 yards passing last year. Owen Kudek, 2,090 yards rushing. Carmichael had 30 touchdown passes. Kudek had 22 touchdowns on the ground, 245 carries. That's an amazing number of carries during the course of an entire season.
So, yeah, some great players and some great teams, and of course we just finished up the national anthem. I want to thank that color guard for being here tonight. I believe American Legion Post 29 helping us out tonight. So thank you to those fine men and women of Post 29. And we are ready to kick things off here. Kiel's going to be kicking off to Kewaunee. Kiel in their white jerseys tonight and black pants, and Kewaunee in all purple and gold.
And again, you do this to me on purpose sometimes. Get teams with similar colors so I can't use my cool little color crayons and make, so I can look at my notes quicker. Last year we had like 9 games where everybody wore red. Remember that?
Well, that's the way I schedule.
That's what I know you do.
Which teams have the same colors to mess you up?
Just to throw me off a little bit. Why not? Look at that setting. Isn't that great, Teddy?
Beautiful night here along the lakeshore in Kewaunee, and we are underway. 2019 football season is underway. The kickoff fielded at the 15-yard line out to the 35.
Nice
and
return.
That is where the Storm will begin their first drive of the new season. Nice return that time.
Owen Kudek. That's the young man. We're calling his name all night long. Single back there. They didn't want anybody else touching the football on the kickoff but him. So here we go.
Kudek, the Offensive Player of the Year in the conference last year as a junior. What will he do this year?
Well, I'll tell you what, everybody's going to be keying on him, but when you've got a quarterback like Carmichael who can throw it the way he throws, and I was watching him in pregame, he's outstanding. Just a gun for an arm.
6'3" senior, Ryan Carmichael, under center.
Getting some looks collegially.
The man in motion.
Well, that first pass of the season, that was a tough one. You've been thinking about that one all summer and kind of short hop.
Get it out of the system.
Exactly. Yeah. Colin Hilnick, intended receiver, 6'1", 164, only a junior. But Kewaunee over the years, Ted, remember when Delabrew and some of those quarterbacks were here? Those big lanky guys, like 6'4".
We always have some of those names popping back in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Year in, year out.
Absolutely.
That's what makes a program continue to tick year in and year out.
Coach Flatten back in the days.
Here's Kudek, straight up the middle, near the 44.
It's a good tackler right there, and he needed to make that tackle. Alexander Kleinhans, 5'8" linebacker for Kiel.
Yeah, we were talking about Delabrew. There is a Delabrew on the team, Jonathan Delabrew.
Well,
freshman wide receiver.
I remember one time we were talking with Coach Flatten about how many different cousins there were over the years that have played here. It was just incredible. Just helps a feeder program from the families, just over and over.
So a 3rd and 4 coming up for the Storm. A little screen pass, a little high. What a grab by Linyak.
Nice grab, but nice job also responding for Kiel. Hunter Sharonbrock, number 2, one of the first guys up there. Make sure he didn't get that first down. So punting situation, you would assume. 4th down and 4 on their own 43-yard line.
Well,
or maybe not. No, they are.
Max Hanrahan, the punter, number 21.
Honorable mention all-conference last year.
Shadows of the press box.
Yeah.
Is pretty much where the ball is set, but...
We were talking the pregame, Ted, that last year, a total of 6 points was given up by Kiel in the first quarters. You can see how they come out on defense. Oh, fumble. Nice job recovering that one. That was close.
Fundamental football. Let's take a quick timeout, Johnny. You're watching My New 32. We'll be right back. back at Kewaunee. It's 1st and 10 at the 25 for Kiel on their first drive, and a little bit of yardage. A first down, and still on their feet across the 50, and that is the way you start a new season if you're the Kiel Raiders.
Boy, I guess I'll tell you what, he came out with that first play like that, knowing exactly what he wanted to do. Sharon Brock took the handoff, followed his blockers, just did a great job. Exactly. Kleinhaus, Alexander Kleinhaus, with the carry that time. You know, it's one of those things too, Teddy, sometimes when you have two teams that were so good last year, they want to like just sort of feel each other out, see what level. Not this one.
Not that one.
Not this thing. These teams are going after it from the get-go.
Going right after each other. Mitchell Mahler, quarterback from the shotgun. Hands off, and Alexander Kleinhans again.
Yeah, did a nice job following. It's kind of a slow developing play, but did a nice job following his blockers to pick up about 4.
Gain of about 4.
Just a nice gain on first down. Gives you a lot of options for the next 2. Yeah, the quarterback we're talking about out there for Kiel, as I mentioned, just great size. 6'2", 228 pounds.
Now, split time at quarterback last year. Getting
Connor Volker.
Getting the nod to start the regular season opener tonight. So 2nd and 6 from the 41.
The
and a
flag.
Flag on the play.
Delay a game.
Yeah, delay game. We were talking to the officials last week during
it's a new
scrimmage.
Rule. Right. Go ahead.
5-yard
And they extended the time.
Yeah. 40 seconds, right? Yeah. And then but I think one of the officials is supposed to raise his hand with 10 seconds left.
Raise it, and then when he starts counting off, it's the last 5 seconds.
Right, because obviously they don't have the clocks like they do in the NFL.
So that penalty moves him back to the 46 and brings up a 2nd and 11. Mahler fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right. He's in trouble. Gets out of one tackle, still on his feet, throws down the field, just gets rid of it. But a nice job by Mahler. He's going to be a handful to bring down.
Boy, he did a great job there getting away from Owen Kudek, who thought he had him wrapped up, thought he was going to get him down. But a big, strong kid, as I mentioned, did a great job of staying nimble and at least getting rid of it and avoiding the big sack. So 3rd and 10 now for Kiel. Didn't that seem like a quick 40 seconds on that penalty just to go back to that, Ted?
It did.
Okay.
I think we're playing with the 40-second clock.
I was going to say. Wow.
Are you saying maybe it was back to the 25?
I don't know. I'm not going to question anybody this year. All year.
But I think you just did.
That was the only time I'm going to. That was it.
There's a 3rd and 11. Mahler, broken play, just takes it up the middle.
Yeah, did a nice job. I think it was a broken play, but he seemed pretty confident when he pulled it down, so I'm not so sure that was broken. Because when he pulled it down, he was dedicated to running. Took it up the middle. Kane Hall in on the side.
Look down here. What do you want to do here, John?
You're punting that one away, brother. Don't you think? 44-yard line.
Lining up for a punt.
So it's exactly where, really, they took over. Or where Kewaunee's drive ended, I should say. Oh, wow!
It's blocked. Gearing is going to run back and pick it up and just fall on it.
Bortolini?
Somebody got in there quick.
Whoever got
We'll talk about it when we come back. You're watching Showdown on My New 32. So after the block punt, Kewaunee takes over 1st and 10 on the Kiel 30. So Kewaunee in great position. Let's go back and take a look at that block punt, John.
Yeah, it was Bortolini, but I think he takes it in the throat or something. Watch this great effort, just splits the wedge, and he was down for quite a while. He got up, tried to shake it off, but you can see he kind of goes down there, but something happened. But he's in the ball game again. But what an effort, huh?
That left
Incredible.
Side. Yeah,
right.
Maybe still shaking up a little bit.
Yeah, seems a little groggy or something. We went to the line of scrimmage there.
Great effort. You see him on both sides of the ball.
Right.
The lineman of the year
in
the conference last year, offense and defense. So 2nd and 9. Carmichael, quick pass. And has a man.
Benjamin Heim. Nice quick little slant.
It's going to be close to the first. I think you
real
got
close.
it.
Yep,
Got it.
On the tackle.
Yeah, Bordolini's coming out of the ball game.
First down.
He's coming to the sidelines. He's shaking up. Boy, you hate to see that. I mean, again, Badger bound and on the sidelines. Almost looks like they're working on his back. And they are. Wow.
I don't know if somebody landed on him or he
I
kicked
don't know
something.
what happened.
We won't speculate. We
No.
won't speculate. So a first down on the 20-yard line for Kewaunee, looking for the first score of the season. Shuffle there down to the 10-yard line.
Hudick, of course, with the run. Jack Sever, number 22, did a nice job with his block. He didn't hold his man off long, but long enough to open up that hole.
First and goal.
7'5", only a sophomore, 5'8", 142.
Kewaunee just inside that 10-yard line. So a first and goal.
I formation. 2 wide receivers to the right. Quarterback sneak.
And Carmichael takes it across the 5.
About the 3, maybe? Well, right on the 4-yard line.
Keegan Kerber on the tackle.
Kerber with the stop.
Gain of about 5. Second and goal.
So second and goal from the 4-yard line.
I like to see Bordolini in there all the time, but especially when you get inside the 5 here.
Yeah, they're still working on his back on the sidelines.
Randy Charles, the head coach.
Timeout on the field.
And a timeout on the field.
Yep, so we will keep it here.
All right, another player down for Kewaunee. There's 2 players down here in the first 5 minutes. Hate to see that. Really hate to see that. You know, Ted, we're talking about Kewaunee's history over the years with Coach Flatt, and we'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah, we're going to step away for a break while they work on the player that's injured. So we'll be back. You're watching Showdown. Back at Kewaunee High School as they continue to work on the injured player, the second lineman injured in this game for Kewaunee. And not sure who the player is, but he's slowly getting to his feet and will need some help coming off the field. You don't like to see that, John.
No, you sure don't, Ted. You know, you work all summer as hard as humanly possible to get ready, and when you get an injury in the first few minutes of the ball game, that's really tough. Really, really tough. Hate to see
Second
it.
and goal, Kewaunee.
Looks like
Number
player,
67, Harry Bauman.
6'1" junior.
Taking him right to the bench.
Yep.
Trainers look at him.
Meanwhile, second and goal from the 4-yard line. Carmichael to the air and has a man.
That's his
Touchdown,
favorite receiver.
Kewaunee.
Nice play.
Number 83, Ben High for
Guys, 6 foot, 156, and only a sophomore. And I was talking with one of the coaches. They think he could really be special when you've got that kind of ability as a sophomore, and you get to work with a quarterback like this. So that's a nice drive by Kewaunee, starting it off, of course, with a block punt. Set it up nice. Nice ball. Some colleges looking at that quarterback, Carmichael.
I think so. Second
Nice
in the
size.
state with 30 touchdowns a year ago.
Perfect size, 6'3".
Off to a good
191.
start tonight.
Flag on the play.
Yep, flag, so we will
flag on the play.
not count that extra point.
Encroachment,
Carmichael
11
doing the
white.
kicking for Kewaunee. Well, we're talking with
Guys
Coach
want
Flatt,
half the distance
or
and
about
re-kick,
Coach
or?
Flatten's great teams here, but
28.
they didn't win. I mean,
No,
they went to the
it's a
state
dead ball.
finals
Gotta
several
re-kick 'em.
times,
Right.
but they didn't win the
All right,
conference.
half the distance.
Oh, right. Isn't
Half
that
the
amazing with
distance.
those great teams? Because they always battled somebody else, whether it was Southern Door
Dead ball.
or El Goma,
Encroachment.
who it was.
Well, the last
Kick
time they
on the
won conference
fence, half the distance.
besides
We'll redo
last
the
year,
try.
was 2010 when they won the state championship.
Right, but then they went an amazing stretch of years where they had phenomenal teams that went to state championships and deep in the playoffs, but they couldn't get over that one nemesis during the course of the season. So there's Bordolini right there. At least he's up and walking around better right now.
Still on the sideline. They're going to check him out. Meanwhile, it is Ryan Carmichael, the quarterback, also the kicker, and that is good. And it is 7-0 Kewaunee with 6:07 to play in this first quarter. So it was Bortolini's block punt that really set this drive up, about a 30-yard drive.
Right, no question about it. But Ted, one of the things that Coach was talking about is, despite the fact he's got two great skill players coming back, he really lost a lot on the offensive and defensive lines, and now he just loses two starters on the second series of the ball game.
Right.
So we'll see how that plays out.
Well, and the other players, we work on that camera right there. Yeah, so I mean, the guys that step in, though, did a terrific job blocking for Carmichael. You go right down, and really no issues there.
No, but during the course of a ball game against a team like Kiel, it'll be interesting to see, because they know what their bread and butter is. And those are two big ball players that they just lost. Bortolini, as I mentioned, 290. Bowman at 240. So it's pretty good size.
Kicking for Kewaunee, number 11, Colin Lignac.
So Colin Lignac will kick off for Kewaunee with a 7-0 lead midway through the first quarter. Week number 1. We got some great games coming up this season on Showdown. Talk about that throughout the night. Lignac's kick is high, short, fielded at the 25-yard line.
Sharon Brock, almost to the 37, roughly. Kind of like a long pooch kick, wasn't it? It went so high, just sky high.
Tackled by Nathan Van Gotham.
So here we go. See what Kiel does with the football this time. That big quarterback out there, as I mentioned.
10 Kiel from the 33.
Mitchell Mahler.
Well, they had a terrific play to start the game. Very first play of the game. Got into Kewaunee territory, and then the drive stalled out. So let's see what they do with the first play of this drive. Second drive of the game for the Kiel Raiders. 4 receivers in this set. Looking left, over the middle
nice
they
throw.
go, and Sharon Brock, the receiver, still on his feet, and goodbye.
One guy, one. Nope, there's one. Oh, nice cut. Back. Oh, what a tremendous cut.
And I will say goodbye, touchdown, Kiel.
What a tremendous cut. The defender was gaining on him. He had the angle, and he read that just right where there was some open territory. What a big play.
Wow. Sharon Brock.
That was incredible. That was absolutely outstanding, young man.
67 yards on that one.
Wow. Yeah, I thought you called it way too early. I'm just saying, Teddy.
Well, actually I did, because I didn't see that DB closing.
You had the post in front of you here.
Sharon Brock.
Here it is again in slow-mo. Nice pass, perfect pass, hits him in stride, breaks that tackle. Then right there, I thought he was dead meat. Puts the brakes on, does a great job of getting away from Max Hanrahan.
And the extra point is good, and just like that, it's 7-7. So we wanted to know, what would they do with the first play of the second drive?
Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you what, Coach, in talking to him, you mentioned he's been coaching since, 1972?
Yes.
He was an All-American at Whitewater and then got into coaching right away, a lot of different schools. The most fundamental guy you'll ever meet in your life. But when you see the numbers they post on offense, they have to have some spark, some sparkle. They're not putting it up there in the wishbone and just going nose to nose. So I like those older coaches or more seasoned coaches who are okay to adapt to the modern offenses that you find these days in football that are most successful.
Yeah, what a pleasure to talk to before the game.
Oh, just great.
Number 7, Mitchell Mahler.
Imagine what he's seen over the years. Just incredible.
So 7-7 with 5:48 remaining. That took about 19 seconds.
Not a bad way to start the season, huh? Not a bad way at all. So is Mahler doing the kicking?
Lines it up. Belts this one. It's going to bounce at the 6 and then
into the end zone.
Wow.
You don't see that a lot in high school football. Strong leg.
We'll bring that out, and Kewaunee will start deep in their own territory.
So, Kewaunee, as we mentioned, let's see if Bartolini's back in the ball game. Number 50's back in. That's a good sign for Kewaunee. But they want to throw the ball, but I think they really want to establish something on the ground first. And losing those two offensive linemen so quick, obviously that can hamper you tremendously. But it'll be interesting to see which one they stick with. And again, we've got two guys out there that combined for, 52 touchdowns last year? I mean, it's just amazing.
Well, they're off to a good start tonight in 2019. So they'll start this drive at the 20 after the touchback. Carmichael right away to the air and connects.
Nice job right there, Jack Severin. Breaks a tackle.
Another junior. So we talk about the senior class for Kewaunee, but they've got
Yeah, I was looking at that too. I mean, they've got some sophomores playing. They've got some freshmen up on the team. They've never been afraid to bring up really young players in Kewaunee over the years. I remember that from way back.
I think that's how you keep a program going.
Absolutely.
Love to see those seniors get opportunities. But if you're going to build a tradition, build a program, you got to start working in some of those younger guys.
Absolutely. They've never been afraid to do it.
Pick up the 8 on that first play, brings up 2nd and 2 on the 28. Kudik
drives for the first down, yeah. Did a nice job following his blockers that time. By the way, as we mentioned, Harry Bowman left the ball game with what appeared to be some sort of a leg injury. He's at least up and walking around right now, trying to get into a stance a little bit, so hopefully that's not too serious. Putting some weight on the ankle, it looks like.
Trainer working with him.
She's had a busy night. Jeez.
Yeah.
For the first ball game.
As a trainer, you're just hoping to kind of sit back.
I know,
and
right?
This first game.
I know. How proud are you of me going up and down those stairs with my bad hip? Huh?
I wasn't going to say anything.
Gutsy,
you look better.
Gutsy performance, don't you think?
Carmichael chased out of the pocket, coming to the near sideline, has a little bit of room. Will he turn? Yeah, he turns it upfield, gets across the 50-yard line.
Outstanding run by Carmichael that time. Nice job of containment on the part of Kewaunee, keeping everybody on the inside, gave Carmichael that edge. He took advantage of it, showing some wheels right there.
I think Carmichael not known
for running at all. Yeah, I think like
17 yards last year.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I hate? When we read the same notes. I'm just saying.
I don't think it's the same.
Would you let me
I
have?
think we've been doing this so long.
Would you let me have a little something?
We know how each other is going to end a sentence.
Okay, very good. In Kiel territory.
49-yard line. Receivers, a couple of them set to the right. Kudik dots the eye. Hand off to Kudik again. Nice little cut.
Yeah.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
A little bobble on the handoff at first. Did a nice job. Picks up about 3, maybe 4. Get it started. Followed his blocker, Chad Randolph, that time. 5'11", 235. He's another junior on the team for Kewaunee. Actually about 2nd and a long 5, huh?
Sitting on the 45-yard line.
Split backs, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Pressure.
Carmichael in trouble again, and he throws the ball as he was hit.
Yeah, he really had to get rid of that one because they were on him just in a heartbeat. Ian Clark.
Pass there, John.
Yeah, just to get rid, but he just didn't want to take that big loss. I'm surprised he didn't just bounce it in the dirt a little sooner. But Ian Clark was in there. Keenan Matz was in there. He didn't really have a chance in that one at all. I'm almost surprised we haven't seen more on the ground of the bread and butter that they did so well last year. Putting it up a little bit more than I thought early on.
Well, and you wonder if that's with Bortolini being out for
right,
a few
that
plays.
stretch.
But back in there now, so a 3rd and 6.
Bootleg.
Carmichael, a little bit of time to throw, and he throws downfield, and that is nearly picked off.
Outstanding coverage that time. Wow. Hunter Scherenbrock just did a great job. He was with him step for step. Didn't have a chance of dropping that one in there. Great defense so far. Jason Selner, the intended receiver that time. This Kiel defense is tough, my brother. This is a tough defense.
Give up a touchdown early on in this game. But again, set in a really tough situation after a block punt.
Yeah.
But a 4th and 6 here, so Hanrahan on to punt for Kewaunee. Punts from their own 46. Fielded by Austin Teskey.
Nice
far
job.
Sideline before he's brought down.
Nathan Van Gotham, number 80, another sophomore on the team. A flag on the play, right at the tackle.
There is a flag on the play.
I didn't see anything. Did you see anything, Ted?
At the end of the play.
Okay,
So we'll force half the distance.
Yeah.
So maybe face mask or.
Possibly, but he seemed to take him down from behind.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yep, we're going to go half the distance to the goal.
Discussion on this one.
Personal foul, illegal blindside block, turn down.
Personal foul, head to head.
Call against Kiel.
That's what they
Half
said.
the distance to the goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Personal foul, maybe head to head on that? Or?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You know, that's something that's been a point of emphasis over the last couple of years. And
At all levels.
At all levels,
Yeah.
and I think
Ball
maybe
will be
even more
spotted
so
at the
this year.
5-yard line. First and 10.
That's a trend that seems to be growing more than anything else. So back on the 5-yard line now, Kiel. Mahler standing right on the goal line.
From his own end zone. Fires across the middle, and great effort that time by Gary.
Yeah, looking for a pass interference that time. It was close, as the defender was staying real close to him. Let's take another look at it here. Kind of a timing pattern. Just a deep slant. No, I think it was clean. I think it was really good coverage.
You look at Gehring, number 83 there, 6'5", 210, all-conference tight end. 8 receptions last year. I think you're probably going to see him.
Yeah, I think so too. That'll
see him
step up, huh?
Become a go-to guy a little bit more this
It's
year.
a target.
Yeah.
It's like you in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without the weight.
Right, without the weight. Yeah, $165.
Or the hands or the athleticism.
Any of those things. but otherwise.
Otherwise.
Spitting image. Yeah. Nice gain that time by Mahler. Gets some of that back. Gain of about 7.
Tackled by Heim and Lindniak.
3rd and 7.
Third and 3.
3rd and 3 rather. Teddy, you know, one of the things that's fun too is I don't think we've ever seen Kiel play before. I love it when we do a team that we haven't. I don't think ever in all the games we've ever done. So that's always fun when you see different coaching philosophies and things like that.
Well, the community gets behind it. We hope everyone in Kiel watching, enjoying the game tonight.
Fumble.
Ball is loose. Did Kewaunee get it?
That was Kleinhaus with the carry.
I'm going to say 4th down coming up.
And I think he recovered it himself.
Yeah.
Wow, that was
Lucky.
huge. Woo.
That was a big
That
break.
thing was bouncing around there. This is a unique play. Isn't it that kind of a stretch option like that? I think he made the wrong read. I think Mahler, in retrospect, should have hung on to it, kept it. Nice effort by Kleinhaus to recover that fumble.
Yeah.
Nathan Gehring.
He was the only white jersey.
That was it, man. And they would have been knocking on the door at about the 6-yard line.
So punting from their own end zone.
For the punt return.
High, beautiful punt.
Fielded at the 47,
Fair catch.
Jack Severn with the fair catch.
Severn with the fair catch that time. Good field position once again for Kewaunee coming up, starting on the Kiel 47.
I think if you're Kewaunee, I don't think you were necessarily looking for a return there. Just make sure
No,
you
just
secure the ball. You're
absolutely.
going to end up with really good field position here.
You bet, absolutely.
Gonna look at Coach Charles and his coaching debut for 2019, 2008 graduate of Kewaunee.
Absolutely. It's good talking to one of the Robises here. Legendary name in Kewaunee
Brian?
football. Yep.
The athletic director.
His brother who's a great coach, of course, for a lot of years, is not going to be happy.
Pier.
Pardon?
At the pier.
At the pier?
Yep.
He's not going to be happy when I said, "How's your dad doing?" Meaning him, and it's
I
his
just
brother.
stepped away. I just slowly
That-
backed away from that conversation.
That was,
Oh, Kudik met at the line of scrimmage and wrapped up tight.
boy, I guess, big play right there. Big number 54, Ian Clark, 6'1", 245. Yeah, Coach Rapp. There's a couple of Coach Rappises over the
Second and
years.
11.
But
Some are brothers.
don't you just cringe when you do something like that, though? Isn't it an uncomfortable feeling when you do something like that?
Just let you.
You just left me
continue that
hanging there.
conversation,
You let
yeah.
me hang out there. Thanks, Teddy. You just wandered away. Yep. Oh, well.
Under 2 minutes here in the first quarter. Loss of 1 brings up 2nd and 11. That one
Nice
batted
play.
down.
Yeah, big defensive end out there, man. He got his arms up, and
Jason Clark.
tough guy to throw over. 6'4", tight end, defensive lineman. When you're 6'4" in high school, you can do everything, can't you, though? You know?
Things like that.
Things like that. Play tight end, play defensive end or outside linebacker.
Big pause, knocks it down.
Get some good shots of the grass. Some new turf.
Yeah, first game.
Sun setting a little bit here in Kewaunee. The long shadows are gone, which I think helps the players a lot. That sun was pretty brutal there for a while, wasn't it? Coming right in their eyes.
Yeah. 3rd and
Screen.
11. Carmichael
Set
out
up
to
nice.
Kudik. Kudik's got a little room in the middle of the field, little spin move, and down near the 30-yard line, Owen Kudik.
Kudik's got a little spin move. He also got a little burst, doesn't he? That was a great play by him. Set up tremendously well. Really set up nicely by the quarterback. Sold it. Offensive lineman got downfield in a hurry. Nice job. So a big first down
Ball sitting on the 30-yard line.
after the big defensive play by Kiel.
Michael under center again. Pitch to
toss.
Kudik again. And
Another 4 yards. Yeah, he finds a way. Just kind of not much there, but he found a way to get low.
Tackled by 83, Nathan Gehring.
Nice job that time. You know, that's another thing we were talking with the Kiel coach about in looking at film of those guys. He loved how fundamentally sound Kudik was. Squares up his shoulders, gets really low, gets that extra yard or two when after contact. And again, at about 160 pounds, those are kind of high school running backs that you need.
not a big guy.
No?
But man,
Yeah.
like you said, a burst.
Yep.
Some moves. So a 4-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 6 from the 26. Carmichael looks to his left. Kudik again. Kudik takes on a couple of tacklers, gets by 1, and then brought down at the 20.
Again, nice job getting more yards after contact. Boy, he put his shoulders down, he put his head down, and
Tackled by Aaron Winkle.
comes close to the first down. He does get the first down. Watch this right here with 2 defenders.
That's enough for a
Boom.
Storm first down.
Keeps the legs moving.
Kudik with 20 touchdowns a year ago.
So
Averaged 173 yards a game.
And Carmichael with 30 touchdown passes. Pretty amazing. What a duo.
Fresh set of downs. Sitting on the 20. Kudik at the line of scrimmage.
Nothing there because Alexander Kleinhaus, number 5, just a 5'8" linebacker, came up and just stuffed that hole. Just absolutely stuffed it.
We got a good one here in Kewaunee tonight. The Storm and the Raiders tied at 7. First quarter in the books. You're watching Showdown on My New 32.
Kiel Raiders 7. Competition to try to throw the footballs into the bin for a chance to win $100 sponsored
Welcome
by
back to
Cornerstone
Kewaunee, everyone.
Appraisal.
Getting ready for the start of the second quarter. What a first quarter. What a way to start the 2019 season. Ted Stefaniak, John Mino with you for week 1 of the high school football season.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a tough ball game all the way through. These are 2 really good football teams.
Take a look at that scoreboard. Scoreboard this year sponsored by Packerland Home Improvement. Quality window and door replacement since 1973. It matters. It's your home.
10 for Kewaunee.
Our new sponsors this year. We welcome
20-yard line.
Packerland Home Improvements aboard this year. So Kewaunee begins the second quarter. 2nd and 10. Ball on the Kiel 20. It's Kudik with the pitch. Tries the right side. And this time takes 3.
Boy, I'll tell you what.
Raiders to
I'm
bring it
telling you
up.
something. Hunter
Tackled
Scherenbach,
by Hunter
number 2,
Scherenbach.
that kid is all over the field. What an aggressive defensive back
Steve Kanich also
coming
in
up.
on
This
the
is
tackle.
scrappy defense, Kiel. Wow.
That's a nice matchup. As you just mentioned, Sharon Brock and
Loss of 1.
Two all
Kudik,
conference performers going head to head.
similar builds and
Yep.
quick guys.
Absolutely. Wow. Tenacious. Loss of 2 on the play.
3rd and 12 coming up. Sharon Brock, second team defensive back in the conference last year. Carmichael had to reach out and grab that one.
Screen again, middle screen.
Inside the 20, but nowhere near
No.
the first down.
Clayton Lepisto
Tackled by Clayton
with the tackle that
Lepisto.
time. 5'10" linebacker.
And
He's
Nathan
a senior.
Green.
He's all over the field. He doesn't come off the field, one of those kind of guys. But they did a nice job of recognizing that one. I think the snap may have thrown the timing off a little bit too.
Yeah, had to move to his right a little bit.
Right. Yeah, it just didn't seem
Secure that.
smooth.
To go for it here on 4th and 7. They're sitting on the Kiel 17-yard line.
Okay, I just saw the official put his arm up with the fist basically, so that means 10 seconds this year, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now he put both up, now 1. Okay, now he counts down from 5. Something brand new this year in high school football.
Got it off with about 2 seconds remaining. So there's a pass out to Benjamin Heim again.
Nice play that time. They really had Heim out there. It's gonna be. Does he get the first down?
Connor Velker on
Really
the
close.
tackle.
Okay, he got it. What a great play. Like the design of that one. Get the quarterback rolling out a little bit.
That is enough for a Storm first down.
Haven't really seen any drop back passes, so to speak.
No.
You know, just take the snap from center and drop back 7 yards.
You have to really
First and goal
admire
from the
the
9.
confidence in that play.
Absolutely.
Went right down the last couple of seconds on
Yep.
the clock, and then did it like they've been doing it for years.
I guess so.
Carmichael, pretty good quarterback back there.
So 9-yard line.
So 1st and goal. Try a different back this time as they go at Severin.
Got a couple that Kiel is
did he
saying
lose it?
fumble.
Nope, they're going to say it was
Jack
down.
Severin on
Okay.
the carry.
Side judge comes flying in right away and says nope.
So I don't know if he gained anything then with that. Not much.
Gain of 2 brings
Yeah,
up
maybe a
second
couple.
and goal from the 7.
Second goal from the 7. They had this situation on the other end of the field the first time they drove for a touchdown in the first quarter.
Carmichael
Went to the
ended
air
up
that time.
Connecting with Heim in that first quarter for the first score for Kewaunee. Heim is split wide to the left this time. Got Hanrahan to the right. Carmichael looks right. Has a man and reaching for the end zone, but not quite getting there. Nice play.
Carmichael's pass
but it was
complete to
Lignac.
Colin Lignac.
with the
Austin
catch.
with the catch, Austin
Austin
Teskey
Teskey
with the
on the
tackle. And that
tackle.
was 1-on-1, man. You're out there on an island that time. You had no help behind you. You either make that stop or it's 6. He stopped him at the 1-yard line. So 3rd and goal from the 1.
Tight formation.
Very tight. Power formation, split backs.
Bortolini on the left side. Let's see if they go left. Nope, they'll try right, and Kudik may have lost the yard that time. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Another nice job on the part of the defense. Clayton Lepisto coming up again.
No gain on the
5'10",
play.
175. Plays
4th
with
and
grit.
goal from the 1.
Well,
You know, this Kiel defense reminds me a little bit of Fond du Lac last year.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Fond du Lac was higher level, but the aggressiveness, the way they play, the way they fly around to the football, and that's as high of a compliment as I can say about a defense. I mean, compare them to Fond du Lac in any way.
see if they can get another stop here. 4th and goal. Did lose a yard that time, so the ball sitting on the 2-yard line. They put Kudik in motion. Way to the left. Carmichael drops it inside
Nice
to Heim,
play.
and Heim's got his second touchdown of the game. Touchdown, Kewaunee.
Pretty well covered by the outside backer, but he did a nice job getting position, and Carmichael put it in the one place he could put it. Real similar to their last touchdown.
So you're a sophomore, and this is how you play your first varsity game of the 2019 season. 2 touchdowns to start the game. By the way, those replays you're seeing tonight brought to you by Simon's Cheese, our instant replay sponsor for this season. Simon's Cheese is the home of multiple world champion cheeses. Simon's Cheese located off Highway 41 at the Little Chute exit. Stop there today. Extra point by Ryan Carmichael. Leads Kiel. We'll take a timeout. You're watching Showdown.
Kewaunee 14, Kiel 7.
back at Kewaunee. Kewaunee and Kiel on the field tonight in our first showdown game of the season. Ted Stefaniak, John Mino, and Kewaunee with a nice drive there that started in the first quarter, ends with a short touchdown pass to Ben Heim, his second touchdown catch of the game.
Yeah, that was an outstanding drive. It really was. I think Kewaunee needed, I shouldn't say needed, but they were thirsty for a drive like that with the way that Kiel came and scored basically in one play. I think they wanted to put it on the ground a little bit, pound it a little bit more, get into a little bit more of a rhythm of the type of offense that they had last year. Another nice kick. Wow, some good kickers here tonight.
Fielded in at about the 8-yard line.
Nice.
On his feet. Sharon Brock.
Gone.
Can I say nobody's going to catch him this time, Johnny?
You
20,
can say it.
10,
You can say
5,
it.
touchdown. Hunter Sharon Brock.
Uh-oh, is there a flag?
Sharon Brock takes the kickoff.
Is there a flag?
On the far sideline.
Far side.
Touchdown.
Which is completely opposite side of the field that the play developed here.
Side on the return team. It'll be a touchdown.
Okay.
Touchdown.
Sideline
Okay, so maybe
infraction.
celebration.
Stepped out, yeah.
But
So
touchdown
does
is
count.
good. Wow.
So a couple of big plays by Hunter Scherenbach.
About a
For
92,
Kiel.
I think he fielded
I'd say,
it about the
I'd
8.
say the 8-yard line, 92-yard return. Great blocking, nice hole, nice gap, and he took advantage of it. Take another look at it here, Teddy. This was a beautiful kick. Look at the back pedal inside the 10. See this wedge he has going here. Breaks one tackle there, got a nice block there, and then that's it. Boy, speedster, put on the Jets. What an outstanding play.
On the extra point to tie things up.
Well, that has to be a little, after both scores for Kewaunee, Kiel has come back right away, just like that.
So we'll take a timeout, come right back. You're watching Showdown on My New 32.
Kicking off for
Wow,
Kiel,
are we seeing a
Mitchell
game
Bauer.
to start this season, John?
Incredible. So
14-14.
Kewaunee scores their first time, then kickoff, one play, boom, Kiel scores.
Sharon Brock.
Sharon Brock.
67-yard touchdown pass.
Kiel scores again. Kewaunee scores again. Kiel scores in about, 12 seconds?
That's his. I think he did a little bit quicker.
Maybe so.
92-yard kickoff return.
Yep.
Fowler's kickoff.
His kickoff goes out of bounds. So Kewaunee will take over.
What?
Well, we knew it was going to be a good matchup, but this first quarter and a half has been beyond anything I expected.
Well, the last time you and I did a game was in November.
Yes.
And we saw one of the greatest high school games
Of all time.
that we've seen, and it's got to be right up there
Of all
in
time.
the state.
Absolutely.
Fond du Lac and Kimberly in the
Wasn't it picked
Division
as
One.
like the best high school sporting event of the year last year?
35.
I'll
disagree
never
with
forget
that.
that. I'll never forget. You know what I'll never forget, Teddy? Fond du Lac was so excited, to be where they were.
Yeah.
And Kimberly, with all that experience they had, came right back and scored. And everybody expected, okay, we're going into double overtime or whatever. And they ran that 2-point play, a play they hadn't run before ever.
Quite the game, and what a way to follow that up with a first game of 2019. A good one here, 14-14 with 7:36 to go in the second quarter. Pitch to Kudik again.
It's a nice job. Getting about 4. It's a nice first down play. As I mentioned, he had, 245 carries last year? Let me think about that in 11 games.
He had a couple carries last
He
year.
He had a couple.
1,728 yards rushing.
How many carries?
Brings up 2nd and 7.
You know what?
No, what?
I can look that up. for you.
No, I've got it in my mind.
It's 198.
198? Is that what it was? All right. Sorry. Wow. What an embarrassment. In front of my friends.
You kind of drug it out of me.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, back up Kewaunee on moving along the
Illegal
line.
procedure.
Dead ball.
Moving them back.
Illegal snap on the offense, 5 yards.
False start against
Second down.
false start.
5-yard
Thank Cameron
penalty.
Moreland for coming out tonight. I think
Yeah.
he's 26. Meteorologist.
Cameo appearance by Cameron. That was good to have him here.
Had a chance to see our Facebook page tonight, the Showdown Facebook page. We talked a little bit about Matunke.
Talked a little bit about everything. Yeah. How much we love coming to Kewaunee for all the different reasons. You know, it's one of those things, though, too, Teddy, when you start off a season, I'm always so impressed with high school football players. I mean, they don't have 4 preseason games. They don't have 6 weeks of camp. You know, a couple weeks and boom, let's line up and play against a really good team. Boy, tripped up. That was a big trip up right there. That may have saved something. Keegan Kerber, 6'3", 265 on the interior. There's some big bodies on the inside there for Kiel.
Jack Severin with the carry that time. He's had a couple carries tonight. Nice little change of pace here
Gain of 9
for the Storm.
brings up 3rd and 3.
So, I mean, you got Keebler at 6'3", 265. You got Clark at 6'1", 245. Big bodies. Big play here. Big play here for Kewaunee. 3rd and 3.
Sitting on their own 42. Carmichael going up top. Has a man looking for Hanrahan.
Yeah, he had a step, just overshot him by about a step and a half. First time we've really seen much of a drop back type of pass. Just couldn't drop it in there. So 4th down. 4th and 3.
You
know, Ted, we're talking about
Connor Velker.
But I still think that Fond du Lac team last year defensively was as good of a defense as I've seen in a lot of years. But what I'm hearing is Bayport this year could be just amazing on defense.
Big win yesterday.
Yeah.
FRCC playing there.
And we'll see them in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
A few weeks. That's trouble. I'm not sure he touched it. Yeah.
Fielded inside the 5-yard line. And
great job making the most of it. Absolutely. Great job that time. Connor Volker.
Let's take another time out. You've been watching Showdown on My New 32. After the Kewaunee punt, it is Kiel ball.
Tell you what, that was an amazing effort right there. That could have been inside the 5-yard line.
Instead, he comes out to the 25, and Mahler keeps it himself and up to the 40-yard line. Nice run.
Yeah, big, strong guy. You better believe it. Moves well. Total designated play that time.
Ryan Carmichael on the tackle.
So 1st down, big play for
That's enough for a Kiel 1st down.
Their first
Michael
play.
Made that tackle, huh?
Mm-hmm. Quarterback on quarterback. 2 big quarterbacks, as we said, 6'1", or excuse me, 6'3", 191, and 6'2", 228.
First down for Kiel.
Blitz, a run blitz by Kewaunee that time. Oh, what a great effort.
It's still on his feet.
What a great
tackle.
tackle.
Losing maybe a yard here.
I like the way these teams are playing. I'll tell you what.
Mason Miller.
Anthony Jarabek, nice job coming up. Only a sophomore, 5'10", 145, number 25. What a great effort that time.
On the play brings up
taking him
2nd
down.
and 11.
These kids are flying around the field.
Miller, 5'7" senior.
Yeah, Kewaunee brought everybody that time. Brought their inside linebackers.
So it was a loss of 1. 2nd and 11 from the 39. Sharon Brock goes in motion, takes the handoff.
Has some room.
Jet sweep.
Yeah, nice run that time. Got some nice blocking downfield.
Hunter
Picked up the first down.
On the carry, tackled by
First
Ryan
time we've seen
Carmichael.
that play this week.
We've seen so many teams over the last couple of years go to that.
I know.
There is a flag on the play.
Oh, flag on the play. Pulling it back. Let's see what it is.
81. Holding. Offense, 10 yards from the spot. Second down.
Well, that wipes up the first down.
Holding against Kiel.
4:10 remaining in this first half.
So second and about 11 or 12 now. Let's see how far back they're
The
moving that
10-yard
chain.
penalty from the spot of the foul.
Oh, from the spot of the foul. Okay, all the way back to the 35 then. So second and 15 for Kiel.
Off from the spot of the foul, so yeah.
Brings up
There
second
we
and
go.
15.
Ball back at 35, so yeah, second and a long way to go here. Second and 15. Receivers to the left. Mahler looking to the left under pressure. Kudik brings him down from behind. And
Flag, so I think illegal grounding, or intentional grounding rather.
the grass.
Owen
Yeah.
Kudik with the pressure on the quarterback. There is a flag on the play.
Kudik was pretty tenacious there too, just wasn't going to let the big guy get away that time. He's kind of bulldogging him down.
Yes, yeah.
Mahler got away on a similar play earlier.
Intentional grounding
absolutely
on
did.
the offense. 5-yard
game.
penalty.
Grounding.
Lots it down. Third down.
Loss it down.
Penalty is
So
for
third.
intentional grounding.
Long now.
Yeah, that's probably
that was
one
like-
guy
Yep.
Mahler's not going to be able
Penalty
to
is
outrun.
Outrun, that's right.
And a loss of down. Brings up third and long.
Third
So
down. You want to count that off?
Yeah,
for
I'm
me,
trying
Johnny?
to. They're on the 15, and they have to go to the 50. So 35?
35.
Third 35.
35. Mahler drops back, drops it off.
A little bit of a screen that doesn't go anywhere. One wasn't set up.
Yeah, that was.
Mahler's
So
pass falls
Kewaunee is going to get the
incomplete.
ball back in great field position with inside
Fourth and
4 minutes to
long
play in the
for
first
Kiel.
half.
He's had some pretty good starting field position.
Yeah, they really
in
have.
this game.
Keep up
Yep.
the punt return for Kewaunee. Ben Heim and
Should get
Jack
inside
Severin.
the 50.
Punting for
Boy,
Kiel.
what a bad
Nathan
series though
Gehring.
after that big play for the first down.
Yeah.
The illegal block, and of course the intentional grounding, then the loss.
Portolini was
I
right
know.
there again.
I know. I give
Didn't
him
get a
credit.
piece of it this time.
He's getting up slow again, though. It's a big body coming in on that wedge, isn't it? Wow. So a nice punt,
Ball is
actually,
down by
for Kiel.
number 11,
Ball's going to be on
Logan
the
Kalisa.
47, 46 maybe? Their own
Ball
46
will
with
be spotted
3:48
about
to
the
play
46-yard line.
first half. I'm sorry.
First and 10, Kewaunee.
You know, Kewaunee's one of those offenses, Ted, that I think during the course of the season, I mean, obviously they're playing against a really, really good team right here, but it'd be fun to watch this offense develop during the course of the season when they hit conference play. Again, this is week one, 2 or 3 weeks of practice, and you're playing in a big game like this on TV, and I'm just so impressed with how these kids execute. Just so impressed.
School's not even in
No,
session yet.
no.
So Kewaunee with the ball here. 3:48 remaining in the first half. And
Timeout.
Michael's going to take a timeout.
Yeah,
here.
he didn't like the way guys were lining up that time. He had the wide receiver
Timeout,
split to the
Kewaunee.
right, and he just wasn't getting in the
That is
right
their first
position.
Charge timeout.
So they weren't on the same page, so calling him over to have a talk.
Well, Johnny, let me tell you this. The way you get your news has changed, and NBC 26 is on the cutting edge as Northeast Wisconsin's streaming leader. Available now on Roku, Amazon Alexa, and all of the most popular social media platforms, connecting you with the news you can use when and where you need it. On air, online, on your time.
There you go. There you go.
So you know all about streaming and the apps and
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I'm still learning how to program a VHS.
your VHS.
My VHS.
With
So
the were you talking about the tapes?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I found a bunch of old ones, and I'm
Yeah.
trying to get that rigged up again and so I can watch them.
Yeah.
So I'm still working on that.
You
Then
know-
I'm going to move on.
You know,
to
they used to say,
Roku.
get a kid over there to
they wouldn't know what
program
this
your
is.
VCR.
Right.
I don't think that's happening anymore.
No,
I don't
no.
think a kid's
But
gonna
But I
be able
found
to
a
do
whole box of VHS tapes.
that.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I was thinking I'd have you come over one night,
One night.
get a pizza, and watch a bunch of my old videos from
Gotcha.
back when I was doing stuff. You want to do that?
Yeah, that sounds good. Here's Carmichael dropping back. Connects and
Dropped.
I think that's a
That's
catch.
a fumble.
Yeah.
Yeah, catching a fumble. You bet. That just popped out when he tried to make the move. Jack Severin
Jack Severin.
brings it back to the line of scrimmage,
Tackle on the
actually.
Play by Slade Hennings.
We've seen a couple of balls pop out.
Yeah,
Really
we
hasn't hurt anybody
gain
with
on the
any
play, but
turnovers.
No, there's been about
Second and 10.
3, I think, right?
Yeah.
But no turnovers, with 3 fumbles.
Yeah.
And actually, the biggest one could have been The biggest recovery was the one inside the 5-yard line when Kiel fumbled and recovered their own fumble. I think that was Kleinhaus who just made a great effort to recover that.
Things that the coaches can look on the tape, on the film, on the VHS machine.
On the VHS.
This weekend.
Yep.
Trying to make some corrections. It's good.
Another
loose ball. That's
that is totally loose.
And off to the races they go. Connor Volker. Touchdown, Kiel.
Wow. We were just talking about that, how that ball was popped loose 3 times. That was the 4th time, and what a fortunate bounce right into his arms. It hit him in stride, I swear. Watch this. Boom. What a big heads-up play. Well, I'll tell you what, those are 3 lightning plays on the part of Kiel for their 3 touchdowns.
First lead of the game for the Raiders.
67-yard touchdown pass, 92-yard kickoff return, and now the fumble recovery for a touchdown. With 2:52 to play in the first. Wow.
Point coming up here.
That's
Volker's got to catch his breath because he's
exactly
the extra.
Right. Oh,
one hit the upright.
Hangs off the upright, yep.
And it's no good.
Well, I don't blame. I mean, seriously, think about that. You just make a play like that, and then you have to line up, calm down, and make the kick.
And maybe that's a timeout situation.
Yeah, let him catch his breath. Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
But
wow,
Volker misses on it. But hey, any idea how long was that return? About 35, 40 yards on that. So
that was
I'm trying to get a number on that for Volker's humble return for a touchdown.
Boy, did he show some wheels, though, huh?
Off to the races he went.
So 3 huge, large scoring plays for Kiel in tonight's ball game. And Kewaunee with 2:52 left to play in the first half. Let's see if they can. They're not the type of team to sit back and say, well, let's go to the locker room, kids, have some Gatorade and talk this one over. They're going to attack, I guarantee
Still
that.
a lot of time here. And we really haven't seen Carmichael
open up.
Air it
no,
out.
not at all. You're exactly correct. I'm a little surprised at that.
Once.
Yeah.
Correction, Owen Kudik.
Yep. I thought we'd see a little bit more of that early on.
Kicking off for Kiel, Mitchell Mahler.
So Mahler will kick. What a first half, Teddy. Holy cow.
This is fun. This is fun. We'll do it again next week. We're at Fox Valley Lutheran. So welcome in Luxembourg Casco. Hope you can join us next Friday. Mahler
Those are tough ones to handle.
A low
kick.
Did
a nice job with it. 4 white shirts. Yeah, he wasn't getting away from them. Nice job, nice hustle on special teams play that time.
Yep. There's Heim again. Heim's got the couple of touchdown grabs for Kewaunee, and I think he's going to be probably called upon here in the last 2:46 of this first half.
Armand Wepner, 6 foot, 175 pound, wide receiver. Just a sophomore doing a nice job that time, chasing him down. So they lost the timeout the last time they had the ball, right before the fumble. They lost the timeout, so.
They still have 2 remaining.
Right, 2:46. So 2 wide receivers on the right side, but pretty tight actually, fairly tight formation. Nobody on the left. So it's a running formation. See what they do. They throw.
Michael drops back, looks to the left side. He wants to air it out a little bit. That one is underthrown. Looking for, let's see, that time looking for Lignac.
2nd and 10.
Logan Kalista with the defense that time. Number 11 stayed right with him every step of the way. That actually had danger of being intercepted.
Yes.
Being underthrown like that. Just didn't seem like he could really step into that one, into that throw, under some pressure. Had to get rid of it. Well, Kiel has to be thinking, we could get the ball back.
Yeah,
with
you
2
might see
minutes
them
left.
take some time out.
Exactly. 2nd and 10 from their own 20.
Starting to spread out the formation a little bit more this time. Looks left again. Carmichael
bounced it.
Yeah. Again, that time kind of hesitated.
Carmichael's pass intended for Lignac. Ball incomplete.
Intended receiver.
3rd and 10.
It's Kiel defense. I don't see any purple shirts running around open downfield. Lignac. What did I say?
Yeah, you have it.
Was it pretty close?
Yeah.
Thank you.
H-L-I-N-A-K. Lignac.
Why even have the H? Get rid of the H.
I like it.
All right.
I like it.
All right.
Big capital H to start out a last name.
Okay.
It's underrated.
Okay. Okay, thank you for that, Tim. Wow. A little more spread out now. 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. Going in motion is Severin.
The Kudik that time, and Linyak again. This time he catches and then picks up a few more. Nice grab and run.
Huge play. Wow.
Linyak that time.
Linyak. Got that
yards
right.
after the catch.
Yes.
Pushed out of bounds by Aaron
Okay,
Winkle. That is enough for a Storm first
Wait for that
down.
one all night.
All night. Out to the 44. Nice play that time. Boy, almost a high tackle. He did a nice job of releasing, but that could have been 15 yards if he had taken him down, or even hung on a little bit longer. About another beat.
Yeah, gets out of bounds to stop the clock at 2:24.
2 wide receivers to the right. I formation.
Sitting on the 43-yard line. The backfield and pick up of maybe 1, maybe 2 yards that time for Kudik.
Interior of the Kiel defense that time really just hunkered down. Keegan Kerber, 6'3", 265. Mentions his name a few times. Number 57 right there. Also number 54, Ian Clark, in on the stop.
Gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Gain of 2. 2-minute mark. I don't think at this point Kewaunee would be that disappointed just running it out for the rest of the half. At this point, things are
the ball back to
no. Things are so hard to come by.
They can
There
really
you go again.
Quickly. And
it's like Clark again, number 54, in there with the stop.
Owen Kudik on the carry.
Kudik still bounces around, still tries to get something.
Ian Clark on the tackle.
Clark is tough, man.
They're down here.
I'm almost surprised Kiel's not calling a timeout. They've got 3 timeouts. Yeah. Of course, you know what? They might be saying to themselves, it's been such a crazy first half and a grueling first half. We're okay with catching our breath as well.
We're at Kewaunee.
We got the lead.
We're getting into the locker room here.
I think they'd be satisfied with that. Well, Kewaunee going with a big spread here. 2 wide receivers on the left, 2 on the right. Now a man in motion.
Michael had to move to his right a little bit to grab this one, and then just throws it away.
Yeah, he just had to get rid of that.
That's going to stop the clock.
Right.
Carmichael
Big number 83, Nathan Gorig,
incomplete.
6'3", defensive end.
Brings up 4th
in there right off the bat. So Kiel will get it back in about 50 seconds, roughly. And again, I don't think we're going to see them go for lights out here when you've got the lead.
Well, you've got a couple of speedsters.
Yeah, that's right. We've seen that already.
Brock has already
scored
a couple of touchdowns in this one.
From distance.
Keep it away from number 2. We're going to
end over end. And they're just going to let it go. And that's going to die on the 1 possibly.
Oh,
it did go in. Wow. It's that last revolution that got it in.
Right on the line.
Right on the line. So
bring it out to the 20.
Yeah.
47 seconds here.
So Kewaunee has 2 timeouts. I doubt that they would take them unless they're playing for a turnover, possibly something like that. Pardon?
I don't see Kewaunee.
Well, that's what I mean. They could. They've got 2, but still that wouldn't be enough, obviously. But if they really stuffed them on first down, then they might think about it.
Well, and I think you got to be careful if you're Kewaunee here, the way the
quick strike
team
absolutely
has been able to score.
Yep, I agree with you.
He scored on a 67-yard touchdown pass and a 92-yard kickoff return.
And the fumble
recovery. Mahler, handoff.
Not much there.
Yeah.
So Miller on the carry.
Clock is stopped. Let's see who called. Did they call a timeout? Yeah, Kiel called a timeout. Okay. 40 seconds left.
Well, now you might bring that Kewaunee discussion back.
I know that they would use. I agree. I agree. If you're this deep, and they're in Kiel's this deep in their own territory, if they don't move it. Always good to see the high school kids having a good time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Always good.
One of the top senior basketball players returning for Kewaunee this year.
And who's that?
Mackenzie Klahach.
There you go. Klahach, that's another name for years and years and years.
You got the capital T.
Yes, that's right. What is it with Kewaunee? They have all these last names that don't sound like what they begin with.
What? How do you not get Klahach out of T-L-A-C-H-A?
I don't know. It was that Nagani education. Do you know that Kewaunee and Nagani are exactly the same except for the KEW and the NEG?
No, I really haven't thought about that.
Yeah.
No.
So
We got a whole halftime show to
I
figure that out.
So Ani, A-U-N-N.
Ani.
A-U-N-E-E must mean something. You know what I mean?
I have no
Oh, what a hit.
idea.
And a
loose.
fumble.
Live ball. Touchdown.
Wow. Unbelievable.
What a turn of events here for the Kewaunee Storm.
That was incredible.
Fumble returned by Owen Kudik for a Storm
And it
touchdown.
was Owen Kudik.
This is one of the most amazing first halves we've ever seen. Wow. Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Brian Carmichael to attempt
So
the
now
extra point.
Carmichael
Now
comes
Carmichael
on with
has-
an important
right.
extra point here that could give Kewaunee the lead.
Well, you hate to second guess, but now that timeout by Kiel came back to haunt them. And it's
that
good.
extra point is good. So it's 21-20.
Carmichael's extra point is
Kewaunee
good.
regains
With
the
33
lead
seconds to
with
go in the
33
first half.
seconds
Your score,
to
Kewaunee
play in the
21,
first half.
Kiel
Just
20.
amazing. Just absolutely amazing. I've never seen a game like this where the last three touchdowns have been scored by kickoff return for a touchdown, fumble recovery for a touchdown, and another fumble recovery for a touchdown. I've never seen it, and I've seen 8,000 games. Going back to 1937.
This
I
is
saw
a
my
fun one.
first one. Yeah, unbelievable.
This would be a great game, entire game.
Yes, just this first half. Yeah.
Wow.
I wonder why the fumbles, Ted. There's no
For
moisture
Kiel,
out there, really.
Hunter Scherenbrock
I don't quite
I'd
get
like
that,
to
to
see
be honest
another
with you.
look at that replay.
Yeah,
kicking off for Kewaunee, Colin Linya.
just
Lost it or it got popped out.
Well, it's just a great hit,
Yeah.
just a phenomenal hit.
There's one more look at it.
Right.
Waller looking right. Yeah. Didn't see the defender coming in. Is that Hanrahan again?
Yes, it was. Max Hanrahan, number 21 with the hit. Just incredible.
Well, I would say there's 33 seconds remaining.
Now-
We're almost to halftime, but
Now,
there's 33 seconds remaining.
How big does that missed extra point look? Just a squibber. They're good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's free. I think Kewaunee has that.
Still fighting
No, it
for
looks like Kiel has it. Oh, wowzer. Okay, 28 seconds left
What are you going to
on
do
the
here?
45-yard. I think they're going to play it out.
I think you're gonna play it out,
I
too.
think they're playing it out.
Again,
I think they roll out
Which
Mahler
strikes that
and
they
try to
had.
find something. Yep. I do.
Kiel will take over first and
Remember the
10
name,
from
Sharon Brock.
45.
What a hit. Just an outstanding form tackle, wasn't it? Kept his head up, Hanrahan. So 28 seconds left. Ball on their own 45-yard line. Two wide receivers on each side. Single man in the backfield.
Brock's in that left slot. That's a guy I'm keeping an eye on. Mahler looks downfield, looking
Has
for
him. Oh my gosh! Touchdown!
into the end zone. Touchdown, Kiel.
55 yards in one play to regain the lead.
Who did they go to, Johnny?
I don't remember. Wow! You called that one, Teddy. Oh, man.
I am not letting that guy.
In the slot one-on-one, and you saw him get a step early. The defender, it seemed like he allowed him to come up to him a little too close instead of giving cushion, backing off. Unbelievable.
Timeout Kiel.
Now Kiel calls a timeout to go for
Second of
two.
the half.
Or possibly, I would imagine they would go for two.
How long was that one?
55.
My goodness.
55 yards.
His third touchdown of the game.
Yeah.
A 67-yard touchdown reception, a 92-yard kickoff return, and
Yeah.
now another 55-yard touchdown reception for
Unbelievable.
Hunter Scherenbrock.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow.
That's a way to begin your senior campaign.
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. You know, we're talking about how fundamentally sound Kiel is. So I didn't expect to see as much glitz or whatever you want to call it that they had. But they really bring it from all different areas. So going for two. What a beautiful pass that was by Mahler that time, though. Good protection that time.
Money. Going for 2 here. Mahler spins out of it. Looking for a little room on that edge. Reaches out.
Boy,
Did he
that's
get there?
close.
He did.
Got it. Wow.
He did.
With that strength, and you put that ball in his left hand and got it just inside the cone. Wow.
With 19 seconds to go in the first half, your score, Kewaunee 21, Kiel 28.
What a great effort.
No.
Boy, for 228, he's got some wheels, doesn't he? Gets that edge right there. Just does a great job. Wow.
So Kiel now up 28.
And that was Ryan
21.
Carmichael, the quarterback, trying to bring him down. So quarterback against quarterback once again. We've seen that a couple of times tonight. But Kewaunee has plenty of time. There's still 19 seconds left.
Yeah.
I mean,
Why not?
why not? Absolutely. Incredible.
We might be going a little bit later tonight,
Yeah,
Johnny.
I think. I'm okay with it, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm okay going as late as we want.
83, Ben Heim.
As late and as long as we
24,
want.
Owen Kudik.
We've never had a first half like
I was
this.
going to
We've
just
never
say,
had
I don't
one.
remember. This
We've had, you know,
scoring.
we've had
Belker.
some lopsided games where one team, like Kimberly a few years back, I remember.
Might get 28-0, 28.
Exactly, with plays like this.
Yeah.
But not both teams. We've never had
Back
it.
and forth we go.
Right.
So he's going to picked up at the 10. And out of bounds 20 behind, so 15 seconds remaining.
I think we'll see a knee.
Ben Heim.
I think we'll see a knee. My goodness.
Now you're going to stop playing?
Push
Now
it
you're
out.
going to stop?
Now we're going to stop. Yes, now we're going to stop.
Yes.
Now we're going to take a breather. We certainly are.
There's so much food over there.
You know, right?
I know you're just itching for this
I'm on.
game to get
Joe,
to halftime.
Joe, I'm 11 pounds down this year from
I
last
know.
year. Did you notice that?
You put yourself
I know.
in position for this first
Trained
game
all
at
summer.
Kewaunee.
I know. 11 pounds.
You're going to get it all back tonight.
I know. I'm okay with it. I'm like a wrestler. You know, you starve all week, then you make weight, then you just gouge.
Carmichael is not taking a knee.
No, he's not.
Screen.
And just watch the fumbles. If I was Kewaunee, I'd say, man, just wrap it up and go down. And that's it.
That will be the
Amazing
end of the
first
half. If you're just joining us, this is not the end of the game, everyone.
Nope. We're just getting started here.
Quarters in the books, and it is Kiel leading Kewaunee 28-21. What a way to start the 2019 high school football season.
Now's your chance.
We'll be back after this timeout. You're watching Showdown.
Please stop by. They have a full
It is halftime here at Kewaunee, and time for the halftime show brought to you by Gandrew West Mason Value Center, where selection, ability, and value collide, and no challenge flags are needed. Search vehicles starting at $4,900 at GandrewWest.com. Ted Stefaniak, John Mino with you at Kewaunee. What a ball game here.
Unbelievable.
Kiel and Kewaunee, what a show they put on in the first half, John.
Just amazing. You know, we talked to the pregame show. These two teams both went through the regular season last year undefeated. Both went into the playoffs. Kiel made it to level 3, I believe, right? Before they got beat by Martin Luther. Level 2 for Kewaunee. And you think, okay, well, that's last year. How are they going to compare this year? These are still two tremendous football teams, but just playing a bizarre game, and bizarre in the fact that, like we said, we've never seen 2 fumbles returned for touchdowns before. The kickoff return was amazing. I mean, just an amazing first half. And for Kiel, like we said, we thought they would just be content to go to the locker room with about 30 seconds left, and they just throw the 55-yard touchdown pass. Wow.
It's been
and Kewaunee's still throwing in the last play of the first half, basically, still looking for something downfield.
Yeah. What are you holding back for?
There,
I mean, this is a great non-conference game, and
yeah.
I'm not sure how strong the other player or the other teams are in each conference.
Right.
But when you've got 2 teams that were undefeated last year, what a way to test yourself. Let's just get after it and
Exactly.
see what we have.
Absolutely.
2 teams that would love to get deep into the playoffs and find their way to Camp Randall this year.
Win or lose, you learn so much more from a game like this, going up against an opponent like this, than some team that might be at the bottom tier. This is phenomenal.
Yeah, good one so far. First half, look at that score. 28-21, Kiel leading Kewaunee. The halftime show continues after this. The conditions are perfect, and the teams have been outstanding tonight. We've seen a lot of fun football. Kiel leading Kewaunee 28-21 after one half of football. Second half coming up in just a few minutes. You're watching Showdown on My New 30.
Congratulations to the following swing of football players who now qualify for the $100 throw, which will take place between the third and fourth quarters. Well, the
Becca's on her way up.
Please check in with Tess Hemme, who is standing outside.
Back at Kewaunee High School.
20-yard line on the Kewaunee side.
Once again, Kiel leads Kewaunee 28-21, and we saw quite a first half there, John. Let's go back and take a look at some of those first half highlights.
Well, it
Thriller.
started out kind of a nice drive by Kewaunee. Actually, a very nice drive by Kewaunee. Ended up with the Benjamin Heim touchdown from about 3 yards out. Cartwright, of course, with the throw. Then Mahler comes back. Nice pass right there, right over the middle. This young man, Hunter Scherenbrock, had a first half unlike anything I've ever seen. Made a great cut right there. Got away from the defensive back, takes it all the way 67 yards for the touchdown. This one was going to go back and forth that entire first half. Neither team seemed to want to blink. They just had the metal on the entire time. One more time, nice pass in the rollout. Cartwright gets out to his receiver, his big tight end actually, Heim, once again for the touchdown. So the ensuing kickoff, here we go, from the 8-yard line. Watch this play right here. Scherenbach breaks the tackle, clears sailing all the way. Nobody's going to touch him. 92-yard kickoff return for the touchdown for Kiel. Now the extra point was missed. So it's 21-20. At that point, Kewaunee still had the lead. Big play right here. The fumble on the tackle by number 54, Ian Clark. Picking up, taking it the distance, Connor Volker. Kiel had themselves the lead. Just an amazing first half, and we weren't through. Late in the first half. Just a crushing tackle. Fumble picked up, taken in for the touchdown. That's Owen Kudik. And all of a sudden, Kewaunee looked good, going in for the score. How about this? After another Kiel touchdown, 2-point conversion, Mahler stretches in, And they take the lead right there, 28-21 our score at halftime. Teddy?
Got a special guest now, Becca Levina. Becca joins us, and we have Becca up here. Becca, thank you so much for making the matunki. Tell us a little bit of what is matunki.
Matunki is sauerkraut, cracklings, salt, pepper, caraway, and flour. And you bake it.
And what exactly are cracklings again?
Pork and lard.
Those are two of my favorite things.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
That's all right. Now tell me a little bit, how long does it take to make something like that?
An hour a batch.
Okay.
So you get about 60 pieces in a batch.
And why is that such a popular thing around here?
I don't know. I don't eat it.
You don't eat it?
I don't eat it. I just make it.
Why don't you eat it?
Why would I eat it? It smells horrible. So no, I just bake it.
Okay. It is one of the things that we come back to Kewaunee for. We love great football. We love the people. But matunki seems to be that thing that we always end up talking about when we come to Kewaunee.
And they said I had to make it for you guys, so I did.
We appreciate it.
We appreciate everything up here. Boy, I had some pork chops over there. Fat Boys, I think is the name of the place.
Yes, they have good pork chops.
Goodness gracious. Who are some of the other people that donated tonight? Oh, there's a lot of them. You don't know?
There's a lot of them.
There are 3 tables of food up here.
Yes, we do feed people well.
Yes.
The Grove pizzas were phenomenal. Everything was just great.
Yeah.
Super. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much for making the matunki for us.
You're welcome.
A tradition when we come to Kewaunee, John. And of course, we want to thank all the people, all the businesses that donated to set some food up for our crew tonight. So thank you so very much. All right, we've got to take another timeout. When we come back, second half action of Kiel and Kewaunee. The halftime show has been brought to you by Gandrew and West Mason Value Center, where selection, dependability, and value collide and no challenge flags are needed. Search vehicles starting at $4,900 at GandrewWest.com. Well, you see the Kewaunee Storm getting ready for the second half. We're well fed, well rested. We needed a little break.
We needed something. We needed nourishment. Yeah, we worked hard that first half.
Glad you could rejoin us, everyone. Ted Stefaniak, John Meinl getting ready for the kickoff of the second half. It's been a good one so far. Kiel leading Kewaunee 21. And, just going through those highlights again, just
amazing.
You almost forget everything that happened so much in that first half.
And one we didn't have on there was the 67-yard touchdown. We just ran out of time with that. But so he had the 2-point conversion to show up. But it was just the most incredible first half that we've seen in a lot of years.
Yeah, all those other games we have coming up this year, you have a lot to live up to.
Here's where the bar is set, baby. Here's where the bar is set.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep. And we have a whole half of football ahead of us.
So we're going to be getting out here a little bit later tonight. And that's okay on a night like this.
You better believe it. Don't want to leave.
So Kewaunee will kick off here in the second half.
Little pooch again, yeah.
Fielding in about the 33-yard line.
It's about the 40, 41 maybe, still doing some fighting.
Yeah.
So good field position. A little surprised that a pooch like that. We've seen what happened on the deep kickoff.
Yeah, I think you have to keep it away
just
from
respect.
Brock.
Just respect that speed. You're right. He certainly did. I don't blame him. But good field position, 41-yard line for Kiel. Saw a little bit of everything for Kiel in that first half. Saw some nice touch from the quarterback, great runner.
Let's put you in the mind of the Kewaunee coach, Randy Charles.
Yes.
What's his thought in that halftime locker room?
Well, number one is mistakes. Number one, that's the number one thing. Don't put the ball on the ground at all. I mean, that was huge.
Snap to Mahler. Miscommunication there. Mahler keeps it. He's going to pick up the first down, still on his feet. Rumbling down the sideline near the 30-yard line. It's going to be knocked out at about the
Carmichael. Yeah, Carmichael with the hit. Carmichael took a pretty good shot that time with the collision with that big 230-pound quarterback.
Yeah, you got a quarterback like Carmichael.
There was quite a collision right at the end of this one.
And that one started out a little rough.
Yeah, exactly. Breaks the tackle there. There's Carmichael, number 5. And there's the collision.
Yeah, Mahler ran into Kleinhans. Kleinhans might want to just get out of the way.
Oh, man, that's a big fella rumbling down the field. Big gain right there. About 7.
Kleinhans on the carry.
That's Kleinhan right there.
Says, I'll take it, big guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Got a nice block in the backfield. Keeps that ball high. These kids shouldn't call them kids, these young athletes, they're so well schooled on how to carry that football through traffic these days. High and tight. You never see anybody carrying it down here anymore. They've really drilled that into them.
Edgar Bennett.
That's good call. He was like the first one that did that for the Packers.
So a 2nd and 4 coming up, already on the 28-yard line. A couple of big gainers here for the Raiders.
Oh, a little misdirection. Look at this.
Up the middle, and that is going to be another touchdown for Kiel.
Wow. Fooled me, I'll tell you that. I was looking at the first man.
Clayton Lapisto.
Man. Wow, on a counter. Just a nice counter play. And it froze the Kewaunee defenders, and he took it the distance. Watch this nice fake.
Lapisto was 17 carries. This year.
It's a reverse. He handed it off. Okay. An inside reverse. That's one you don't see very often. And he took it distance for the score. Wow, Clayton Lapisto. Extra point.
Kiel with the extra point is
good.
So
the extra point is
35. 21. Kiel leading Kewaunee. Timeout on the field. You're watching Showdown.
Kiel 30. Ben Himes, 24, Owen Kudik.
That didn't take very long. We're seeing
bunches
right now.
I'll be honest with you. I thought if you said the score was going to be 35-21 early third quarter, I would have thought it'd be Kewaunee with the 35, lighting it up that way. And Kiel, you didn't expect their offense to be this proficient. I mean, this is really something, the way they're moving their football, and what they're doing.
Yeah, a lot of experience on that Kiel side of the ball, and they're showing it right now. Mahler to kick off. This one is going to be deep.
Yeah, inside the 5.
out to about the
Nice
37-yard line.
Ben Heim on the kick
Heim
return.
with another nice
tackled by
return. There's
Austin
a good-looking
Pesky.
sophomore already. A couple of touchdowns for Heim tonight.
Right.
See if they can get him going early in the
And
second
Aaron
half.
Winkle.
Yeah, they're expecting big
Correction,
things for him in his
Wade
career,
Canish
as you mentioned, just a sophomore.
on the tackle.
6 foot, 156. Get those young
First
men in the
and
weight
10,
room these
Kewaunee
days,
from
and
the
man, they can put on
37.
15 pounds a year, can't they?
Well, yeah, and you were talking about how they don't get the 4 preseason games
Right.
and things like that. But, yeah, football's changed quite a bit now. A lot of these kids are playing pretty much year-round,
Yeah.
7-on-7.
Yeah, that's right.
Makes a difference.
And lots of time in the weight room.
Here's Kudik, met in the backfield and taken down for a loss.
Big play, the big number
Owen
86
Kudik
that
on the
time.
carry,
Jason
tackled by Jason Clark.
Block.
6'4". He's made a couple of big plays. So that big play first half,
No gain on the play,
where
brings
he
up
knocked down
second
that
and
pass.
10.
The kid was wide open on a slant.
All-conference defensive end as a sophomore last year.
So no gain, 2nd and 10 from the 37.
Let's see if Kewaunee can get things rolling again here.
High
Led
formation.
most of that first half. Hand off inside.
Inside hand up, try to get
Small
something.
gain.
Jack
Small
Severn
gain
on the
for
carry.
Jack Severn.
Not a lot of big
Ian
gains
Clark
for
with
Kewaunee
the
on the
tackle.
ground so far tonight. Kiel doing just a nice
Gain
job
of
getting
2
bodies
brings
in
up
front of them.
3rd and 8.
We've seen a couple of shots down the field.
Boy, Kiel was so close last year to making that last step. Martin Luther scoring late in that game, coming at 38-35.
Yep.
Moving on to level 4.
Kiel would like another deep run into the playoffs this year.
4 linebackers. 3-4 defense. Fumble.
Carmichael collects it,
Uh-oh.
throws down the field, and that is going to be picked off. Look out, this is Sharon Brock. He's already got a couple of touchdowns in the night. He was looking for a block, but taken down by Bortolini.
Yeah.
You know, I think
He
I'll
kinda
just
went
go
down.
down.
He took-
I'll
yeah,
just go
yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Tackled by Tanner Bortolini.
Yeah, I don't blame him there.
Yeah, let's take a timeout.
Yeah.
You're watching Showdown on my new 32.
On the keeper.
So back to action here after the interception. And Kiel opens up a short run, a 1-yard gain. Let's take a look
Owen
at it here,
Kudik on the
John.
tackle. Gain of
Yeah, we're
1.
going to take a look at the
2nd and
turnover
9.
first.
Right. Not a good decision, obviously, when you're fading back like that and can't really get anything on the football. Should have thrown that one into the Kiel bench. I'm sure he knows that. As soon as he let it go, you can see his body language saying, "Uh-oh, why did I do that?"
So this is 2nd down and 9.
About the 49. Ooh, bullet.
To the middle. What
Yeah.
a catch.
First down. We can put some steam on that. Aaron Winkle.
Yeah, Winkle felt that one. I'm
Holy
sure.
cow.
Almost a one-handed grab.
This
here,
is a
too.
81, Aaron
fastball.
Winkle on the catch. Tackled
Boom.
by Anthony Jarabic.
In the gut. Nice job hanging on, getting the first down.
That is enough
Shortstop
for a
will let
Kiel first
that one
down
go.
From the
Yes, huh?
41-yard line.
Third baseman.
Well, I'll
Firing
tell you
across
what,
infield.
college recruiters have to look at that kid's size, his quickness, his strength at his arm. Yeah, I think he could play another level without much trouble.
And he'll
There
keep
goes
it
again.
right up the middle. Look
Mhm.
out.
Rumble,
Close to
young
a
man,
first.
rumble.
That's
Mitchell Mahler with the
Yeah, about
carry,
9.
tackled by
Yeah.
Max
About
Hanrahan.
9. You know, the one thing Kewaunee has to be
Alex Burr
concerned
on
with,
the
even though it
tackle
seems
as
like the
well.
second half just started, you know, Kiel gets a drive like this,
Gain of
takes
9,
5-6
brings up
minutes
2nd and
off
1.
the clock. All of a sudden, it seems like, you know, that sand is dropping through the hourglass a lot faster. And I think, you know, with their coach being a little bit of an old school guy, I'm sure he's kind of got that in his mind. Let's grind this now and see what happens.
Well, maybe an old school guy, but we've seen some pretty
Oh,
impressive
no question about
calls
that.
here so far
No
in
question,
this
but I
game.
mean the overall philosophy
Yes.
of game management.
Yeah, he's been in a few games.
Yeah.
Since 1972. So it's wrestling.
Standing.
Yeah.
Let's play up the middle.
Still going.
Boy, that's what you like to see. Remember last year we were talking with Kimberly, and I said I've never seen a team gain that extra yard more than them. And the coach said they preach that all year long, that's the difference in a football game and in your career.
That is enough for
an extra yard that you get.
down.
And that's exactly what we saw right here. Look at that. Look at that. What an
First and
effort.
10 from the 24-yard line.
Kleinhaus. Wow.
Just a really nice team effort here right now.
Oh, no question about it.
Kiel squad.
You bet. Impressive.
So first down.
Some of their conference schools have to be watching this and thinking, oh, they're back. And delay of game.
Yeah, nope.
Did you get the timeout?
Got the timeout. I think Dressler was looking at the
clock.
judge ticking off the time.
Timeout,
Got the
Kiel.
timeout just before the penalty. So we will step away as well. 6:36 remaining. Third quarter, you're watching Showdown. .636 remaining in this third quarter. And Kiel taking a timeout there to avoid a delay of game penalty. Sitting with a 1st and 10 on the Kewaunee 24-yard line.
This is a big defensive stand for Kewaunee. They cannot afford another Kiel touchdown.
That one is tipped straight up in the air and then hits the ground.
I'm amazed that one hit the ground. That thing was 15 feet in the air.
Pass is deflected
Purple
and
jerseys
falls
were around
incomplete.
it, but they just couldn't get to it.
We got a piece
Brings
of that
up
one.
2nd and 10.
I think it might have been big number 55, Kane Hall. But either way, that could have been the break that Kewaunee really needed. I mean, that thing was just floating up there for a while.
Yeah. So a 2nd and 10.
Flag.
Second down.
Coach Dressler won't be happy with that one.
No, not when they had things moving. They just they had things going so for a while. You know, the penalty here. The knocked away pass.
Well, this drive seems to be a little more methodical.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No question about
I
it.
mean, you talked about trying to get a nice
To
long
milk
drive.
that, exactly.
That is not what they've done in this game.
No, not at all.
Brings up
I agree,
2nd
but
and
they do seem to have slowed it down. They're taking it deep into the clock.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really taking time before they snap the football. Well, the clock's not running right now with the penalty, but even so.
5-yard penalty. This is 2nd and 15 from the 29.
Another one knocked out.
And the official also takes a hit on that one.
Yeah.
Pass is deflected and incomplete.
Somebody got a piece of Mahler's
Appeared to be deflected by
arm that
Tanner
time.
Bortolini.
Yeah. Bortolini that time with the deflection.
Brings up 3rd
So they're starting to bring
15.
some heat up the middle. Kewaunee is trying to disrupt this Kiel offense, and it's working. It's worked in the last couple of plays.
Keep an eye on that right arm. Oh, no, nobody got a piece of it. You're right.
Just a big hand up there swatting it. So big play, 3rd and 15. He's open.
Short drop.
He's
long
open.
Pass. Sharon Brock backs his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Kiel.
He made a move to the corner that was incredible.
Pass for Sharon Brock
Turned
is
around the
complete.
defensive back,
For
and at
Kiel,
that point, when
touchdown.
Mahler let it go, perfect timing. Wow, what a night for that young man. Watch this, Teddy. Just lays it out there perfectly. He had
Connor
made
Belcher
such
to
a
attempt the
great
extra
move,
point.
faking to the inside and then heading towards the corner. And that ball was laid out there absolutely perfectly.
29-yard touchdown reception for Sharon Brock. His 4th touchdown
The extra
of
point
the
is
game.
good.
The extra point is
6
good by
points
Carson
to go in the 3rd quarter. Your
Lapisto.
score, Kewaunee.
And it is now
21.
42
Kiel,
to
42.
21.
Never saw this coming. I mean, I know Kiel's a great team and all those sorts of things, but we've just never seen anybody score like this at Kewaunee before. Now we'll see what Kewaunee does in regards to stick with that running game, which of course is fantastic normally, but has been shut down pretty well this year. Or do you just go strictly to the air to try to get back into this ball game? I mean, you're 3 scores down now with 6:20 to play in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's a shocker here right now.
No question. I mean, the stadium is stunned.
Hey, I tell you what, we've got some great games. We've been talking about it throughout the night. Let's take a look at the schedule. Some upcoming games here on Showdown.
Kicking off for Kiel,
Next week
number
we'll be at
4,
Fox Valley
Connor
Lutheran.
Belford.
It's been a while since we've been down in the valley to
Way
check out
back.
the Foxes. Luxembourg Casco, saw them last year, so looking forward to that game. And then look at week 3, John.
Best matchup in the state on that
Fond du
night.
Lac, Kimberly.
No question about it.
Preble, Bayport, Notre Dame, Freedom, Wrightstown, Kimberly, get ready. We're all coming.
And then the
to
playoffs.
your high schools. And a kickoff.
Oh, great play once again. Great special teams.
Ben High
Logan
on the return.
Callista. Nice job, buddy.
Logan Callista
5'9",
on the tackle.
wide receiver, defensive back. Chased him down. Really aggressive special teams play by Kiel tonight.
1st and 10, Kewaunee from their own 29-yard line.
Nice tackle. So, here we go. Let's see if the Storm starts airing it out. 6:15 to play in the third.
You think
Down
they
by
got
3.
to start airing it out at this point?
Well, yeah, I do. I do. I don't see Kiel showing any signs of stopping. Not much there.
Get at the line of scrimmage, so that Kiel defense now just kind of
Just
putting their ears back.
standing, absolutely, just going after him.
Ben High on
Jason
the carry.
Clark with the stop once again that time. He's made a
Jason
bunch of
Klaus
them
on the
tonight.
tackle. No gain. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Bulldogs him down.
Feel that confidence growing in that
Yeah,
defense.
don't you though? You're exactly right. You're exactly right. They get their ears pinned back. They're just flying towards the football.
So no gain on that last play, brings up 2nd and 10.
4 wide receivers. Slot goes in motion. Nothing.
Grabbed by
Wow.
Carter. No, there have been a couple of snaps.
Yeah, they've had some problems along those lines.
Been on the
High
last
snap on the
interception.
play,
that
recovered
Right,
by
you're exactly
Ryan
right.
Carmichael.
had to
Kind of threw the
stretch
timing
his
off
right,
a little bit. Yeah. Yep. Wasn't a horrible
Loss
snap,
of
just
10
kind
on the
of,
play,
I don't
brings
know if he
up
took his
3rd
eye up,
and
or just,
20.
you know, you're not expecting up on your left-hand side.
There's a look at Coach Dressler on the sideline.
What position was he? He said he was an All-American at
Said
Whitewater?
he was All-American. I don't know.
In a position?
I
I
don't.
can just see him being a tough linebacker
Yeah.
or something, can't you?
Oh, man.
Yeah. I could see that. So 3rd and 20. That
That is
screen
loose.
knocked around and almost intercepted.
Pass intended for
Yeah,
Owen
Kiel
Kudik,
right now
ball
defensively is
incomplete.
dominating this football game.
4th
They
and
are
20.
dominating it.
Yeah. Kewaunee trying to get Kudik a little more involved here, too. The Offensive Player of the Year last year in the conference. And Kiel's done a nice job with him here in the second half as well.
Outstanding job.
Deep on the punt return for Kiel. Hunter.
Well, bounce right off the
Sherrock.
receiver. The defender right there got in front of the receiver.
Austin
The ball
Pesky
actually
kicking
bounced
for
off the
Kewaunee.
receiver's helmet,
Max
but he was
Henry.
shaded
Yeah.
with him being in front of him.
No, Kudik, I don't know if he saw that.
No, that's
coming
what I
over,
mean.
Coming
Nope.
over clock. This one bounces at the 50. Teskey.
Yep.
Take it down.
Up to 43.
Pesky with the punt return, tackled by
So,
Nathan
let's
Van
see if
Rotham.
Kiel has that same
Colin
strategy. We're
Livia.
just kind of slowing it down, slowing the game down a little bit. But then there's
1st and 10
they've got
for
such an
Kiel
ability
from
to
the
do that
Kewaunee
and then have that quick
42-yard
strike.
line.
And you've got a quarterback like that and a couple of receivers like they have. You never know what directions they're going to pull out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of anxious to see what the
I know.
next call's going to be.
I agree. I mean, it's so hard to predict. You just have no way of knowing which way they're going to go.
And again, do you want to be a little more methodical, or you just want to
Just keep going. You've got such
rolling?
good momentum
Yeah.
going. You've got Kewaunee back in their heels.
Smaller, Taking
Keeps it
himself right up the middle. Spins out of a tackle, has a first down.
Gain of about 10.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's a weapon right there, right now at this time of the game.
Tackled by Owen.
Well, and again, last year, Mahler split time at quarterback.
Right, exactly, with Volker. Had about 500 yards passing, I believe.
I think
that's enough for a Kiel first down.
Yeah, there's no question.
I'm no expert.
Hey, if I'm a 160-pound DB and I see 230 rumbling my way, that's not a good feeling.
Close your eyes.
Oh, man. Grab that ankle.
From the 32.
New set of downs. Reverse again, inside reverse.
Same play they scored a touchdown on.
You don't see many inside reverses during the course of a season. You see one on their last couple of drives.
Wade Connick. Connick on the carry, another senior. I believe his first carry of the night.
Gain of 8 brings up 2nd down and 2.
2nd down and 2 on the 32.
We got a nice lead here. About 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Chance to get some quality minutes for some other guys. Mahler.
Yeah.
Hey, you're in the wrong spot.
Just grabs him and throws him over there.
2nd and 2. And room looking for the end zone and another touchdown. Kiel. Wow, Alexander Kleinhans.
Alexander Kleinhans on the carry.
That was just a well-designed play. As fundamental, it's one of those plays you probably put in the first or second day of practice. But if you execute it perfectly, that's what happens. Just nice blocking up front. Got a nice block early on there. And just takes it the distance. Wow. Pretty incredible, Teddy, what we're seeing here tonight.
My goodness.
Connor Velker to attempt the extra point.
Volker comes on for the extra point now. And that is good.
The extra point is good.
21.
With 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the third quarter, your score, Kewaunee 21.
I tell you what, John, with 33 seconds remaining
in the first half,
right? Kewaunee was up 21-20.
Yes.
And it is now 49.
Yes.
To 21.
I'm not a mathematician, but I could almost do that one.
My goodness, and quite frankly, now you're.
Well, now it's desperation almost. You've got to just.
You're looking at a possible running clock.
Yeah, you're right. Didn't even think of that. Yeah, you're right.
Right there, but
what is it again?
35.
35 in the fourth quarter.
Second half.
Second half?
Yeah.
We had a couple of those last year, I believe.
Yes, we did.
I think we did.
But what a turn of events here in the second half.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
That first half had to be one of the best. And we use a lot of hyperbole.
Yeah, but we've never seen so many plays like that. I mean, just bizarre plays. The fumble returns for touchdowns, the 98-yard kickoff return, 67-yard scoring play.
We'll field it at the 28. Right now for Kewaunee, just
you know what's amazing though when you think about this?
Here.
I mean, Kewaunee, their offense can be so good. It's incredible. They could still score a couple more times in this ball game, and nobody would be shocked.
Absolutely.
And they could still make this a game. And I'm not just saying that to keep people tuned in or whatever. I'm just saying this Kewaunee offense has been controlled for the most part. No question about that. But the potential is there with those great players they have.
Right.
I mean, again, 30 touchdown passes last year for Carmichael, 20 touchdowns on the ground for Kunik.
Well, and sometimes you get a game like this, you're going to learn a lot about your team.
Right, no question.
So you're going to keep coaching, you're going to keep playing. Trying to make some good things happen. A lot of time left in this one, and that one over the middle, there you go. That's the play they were looking for.
Nice catch, absolutely. That was just a great effort.
Nice catch on the play by number 24.
And that was Cartwright's best pass of the ballgame.
That's enough for a
It really was. Best pass
down.
of the game. Put it right where only the receiver could get to it. Stood strong in the pocket. Good protection. Nice throw.
So have a little more time that time.
Yeah, absolutely.
He had a couple of injuries early in the game to some offensive linemen. You're also going against that Kiel defense.
Right. Wow, another nice play with the Kiel defense right there. They're unyielding, aren't they?
Severn on the carry.
Man.
Correction, Jack Severn on the carry.
Severn on the carry.
Just
Jacob
outstanding.
Vogel on the tackle.
Jacob Vogel.
5'10", 215.
Gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
My size, give an inch and a few pounds.
Well, you do look great at that weight loss. And you doing some like P90X or what are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Working out in the gym.
A lot of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not doing crazy stuff like that.
Yeah. Michael fakes the handoff.
Got a man.
Buys himself some time and now takes off.
Had a man open on about the 25, but I think the defender who was between the receiver and him blocked his line of vision, couldn't quite see him. But he had him open, just kind of sitting in the soft spot. No, not a bad, nope. He's had a couple of bad ones in this ball game. That one interception where he just kind of flung it up. So I think, again, first game, high school,
Gain of 5
you
brings
learn
up
from that.
3rd and 3.
3rd and 3, and I don't think there'll ever be anything but 4 down situations in Kewaunee for the rest of this game. Shotgun formation, 4 receivers.
Michael.
Nice play. No, dropped it.
Is dropped.
Never quite handled that one right.
Pass
in the
intended
hands
for
of
Colin Lignac, falls incomplete.
Never quite tucked it away before the hit kick.
Brings up 4th and 3.
So 4th and 3. We'll, of course, go for it. See right there, never quite controlled it before the hit kick. So big play for Kewaunee here, trying to stay alive.
They score before the end of the quarter.
Right.
Do wonders for him. So 4th and 3. Carmichael fakes the handoff. Bullet.
Oh, nice defense.
Broken up.
You bet. Really nice defensive play. Read that one. It looked like the receiver had a step on him. Armand Wempner had that big hit on special teams earlier in the ball game.
Take over on down. 1st and 10, Kiel.
Nice. The pass was right where it needed to be, but just nice closing speed on the part of that defensive back. When Carmichael let that one go, that receiver had a half a step, and the defender made up that half step and got right in front of him.
Well, and really, we've seen that defensive line of Kiel, the linebackers,
right?
Now the DBs.
Now the DBs. Well, now it's up to them, basically, because they'll be seeing that ball flying in their direction.
So just kind of a total team effort here,
right?
By this Kiel team. So Kiel takes over on downs at their own 33.
Taken down that time. It's a tough tackle.
On the carry, brought down
Owen
by
Kudik.
Owen Kudik.
5'8", 170 pounds, but he's all toughness. All 170 pounds of grit.
Gain of 2 brings
Waller
up
with
2nd
31
and 8.
carries last year, 113 yards. I think you might see a few more carries.
He's probably got 15 tonight, don't you think? At least.
Again,
minimum.
About half the season at quarterback.
Right. Also starting linebacker and kicker. Kickoffs.
2nd and 8.
Some kind of a mix-up that time. No receivers really there.
Gearing the nearest receiver.
3 purple jerseys actually were closer to where that ball landed than white jerseys.
Fowler's pass ball.
See what they do here. You know what?
Brings up 3rd
The
and
one
8.
thing you can't have is a bad turnover. We've seen some bad turnovers in tonight's ball game. So 3rd and 8 where they stay somewhat conservative. And another delay. Oh, illegal procedure.
Flag on the play.
So move it back. So 3rd now. About 14.
13.
13.
So for Coach Dressler now.
Right.
We talked a little bit about Kewaunee and what you want to see going down
right.
the stretch for Kewaunee. What about Kiel now? I mean, they've got the big lead. Kind of the same situation.
Honestly,
flip it a little bit.
I would just keep it in Mahler's hands.
Yeah.
I really would.
How do you handle success?
Right, exactly. I don't know. I've never had that problem. It's never come across the old plate.
Sharon Brock.
Kewaunee coming up quick on that one, making the stop.
Sharon Brock on the
Tell
carry.
you what, just gotta hold your breath and
With him,
Brought down
watch
by
him
get as
go.
many jerseys around him as possible. Don't even commit, just surround him. That's the only way you can corral that young man. He's something special.
Hunter Sharon Brock,
Brings up
senior,
4th and
4
long.
touchdowns tonight. Wow. A little bit of everything from him.
Nathan Draining to punt for Kiel.
By the way, you're
Back
mentioning
deep for
Simon's
Kewaunee.
cheese.
Jack
Are they
Severin
going to do the smoked
and
fish
Ben
again this
Hine.
year for winning coach?
Talk to David. Maybe we did that for the Kimberly game.
Kimberly and Appleton North, I believe. Kimberly's coach loved it.
Yes.
Flag on the play.
So
Might have been
that-
offside. Wow. I think there might have been offside or illegal procedure, but that flag came real early.
Punt goes out of bounds. There is a flag on the play.
Hold your spot.
As the third quarter winds down to 2
Left
ticks.
tackle on this side's about 3
Okay,
yards
3
deep.
yards deep.
So we can add 5 on right there.
Yep. That's probably what we're going to end up doing. That's what we're going to end up doing.
We've had this crew before, haven't we, Ted? It seems like I've seen this crew a few times over the years.
We've seen every crew.
Yeah, I do too. Yep. Legal procedure. Yep. Okay, there you go.
Down.
2 seconds remaining.
Illegal formation call against Kiel. 5-yard
Declined.
penalty will be added to the end of the punt.
Yep. Oh, okay. After the punt. Yep.
Okay.
The punt only went about 10 yards.
First
Came out of
and
bounds.
10, Kewaunee.
So,
from the Kiel
35-yard line,
35.
2 seconds to play, third quarter. There's a comeback start right here.
Oh, we'll see.
Way to commit, Teddy.
Well, if I have to commit, I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Not on this one.
All right, not in this play.
It should be the final play of the third quarter. Carmichael
Open.
will do it for the third
Pass
quarter.
complete to
What an
Collins.
incredible
Lydia.
quarter. 3 touchdowns in the third for Kiel
Tackled
as
by
they have
Slade
jumped on
Henning.
top of Kewaunee. 49-21. Fourth quarter action coming up after this timeout. You're watching Showdown
Your
on my
score,
new 32.
Kewaunee, 21.
I think it should be.
One more quarter to play here on Showdown, week 1 of the 2019 season. Ted Stefaniak, John Mino with you for the big game. Incredible first half in this one, but the third quarter was all Kiel. And it is Kiel leading 49-21.
Kewaunee trying to catch them by surprise, just sprinting up to the line of scrimmage. But Kiel got back in time.
So 2nd and 7. Kiel 27-yard line to start this fourth quarter. Everyone's set.
Fumble.
Yeah.
A little bit of a collision between the
Fumble
running back and the
recovered by
quarterback.
Owen Kudik.
Kind of put the ball on his hip. You know what I think? Kewaunee's coach was really upset there, Randy Charles. And I think
Loss
the
of
reason is,
two
Ted, he
brings
hit
up
the
third
first
and
man going
4.
through the lead blocker. Because Kewaunee wanted to get on that ball and run off a play before Kiel was set, but the ball hadn't been spotted.
Yeah, the official came in and held up play.
Right. Which really you shouldn't do if the ball's been spotted. You know?
Yeah, I think Coach Charles may have
he has a valid point there. Yeah.
Late
Yeah, it is.
And the clock here. See if they get it off in time, and they do. Last tick, Carmichael.
Oh,
that is
good
knocked
hit,
away.
popped out. Yeah. So everybody on this Kiel team hits, don't they, though? I mean, they just come up.
Pass attempt to
Slade
Max Hanrahan
Pennies,
falls incomplete.
5'11", 175.
Brings up 4th and
Form
4.
hit. Kewaunee likes that play where they just kind of roll out, fake the inside handoff. But again, these Kiel defenders are just flying at the football. Just very seldom out of position. Always make good contact when they do hit.
Big 4th down here. They
Yeah,
need
it's
4
huge.
down or 4 yards for the first down, and they will
And
get
got it.
Yeah.
We've seen that one a lot tonight. That
Pass
type of play.
complete to Colin
Just that
Lignac,
short little pass flicking
tackled
out there.
by Alexander Kleinhans. That is enough for a
So a
Storm
first down.
first down.
Yeah, haven't had a whole lot of success over the top tonight.
No, they really haven't. Not really haven't. I think they've had one good completion from the drop back over the middle, and that was about it. And actually, that slant that was down here in the third quarter.
Yep.
But I don't see it. I'm watching the secondary. I don't see purple jerseys running free.
First down here. Carmichael in trouble and taken down. Sack.
Boy, we've called that man's name a few times tonight, huh? Ian Clark, number 54.
Ian Clark
Very tenacious,
with the
man.
sack on the play.
Wow, 5 sacks a year ago.
Yeah.
Honorable mention all conference. Says, you know what?
Stays with him. But again, I was looking downfield. There wasn't a single man open. Nothing.
Loss of 8 on the play brings up 2nd and 18.
2nd and 18. They have to get all the way down to the 12-yard line for the first down.
Well, and again, Carmichael taking the sack there instead of trying to
Right.
throw it downfield.
Right. Yeah, that hurt.
Got into a little trouble earlier in this game.
Right. I think he had that in mind.
Yeah. So. But now, sitting on the 31, they'll go to Kudik.
Not much there.
Owen Kudik with
Kudik,
the
you can see
carry.
where a guy like Kudik and this Kewaunee
Right.
offense could be so effective playing with the lead, though. And
Yes,
this was a team
absolutely.
that was
Right.
undefeated last year.
Right.
Matthew Schmidt on the
11 and
tackle.
1 overall.
And again, I got to say
Short
something
game
about that
brings
Kiel
up 3rd
defense.
and 17.
4 shutouts last year, and in 3 other games, only 1 touchdown. I mean, that pretty much says it all. And I mean, they were a play away from going to the 4th round of the playoffs last year.
So a 3rd and 17 now. Carmichael back across the middle, has a man to get back to the line of scrimmage.
It's a nice catch, actually. I wasn't sure if he grabbed that, went down, made a nice catch. So we'll bring up 4th and 10.
4th and 10. Hey, the scoreboard tonight brought to you by Packerland Home Improvement.
Gain of 7
Quality
brings up
window
4th
and door
and
replacement
10.
since 1973. It matters. It's your home.
I like how you say that. It's your home. Got that.
One of our great new sponsors.
Absolutely.
Packerland Home Improvement.
It's your home. Big play, 4th and 10 for Kewaunee to try to stay alive somewhat. That's not going to do it.
Kudik stretching out for as many yards as he can get, but he's
Owen
going
Kudik
to
with
be
the
short,
carry.
turnover on down. So
Brought down
we'll
by
step away. You're
Slade
watching
Penny.
Showdown on MyDo 32.
Not enough.
So Kiel takes over on downs, 1st and 10 on their own 20. 8:21 remaining in this game. Handoff. Is that
Kleinhaus.
game about 3 or 4?
Alexander
Alex
Kleinhaus with
Kleinhaus.
the carry. Tackled by
And I think they'd be
Anthony
content to do
Jurabek.
those all game long now. Moving down to the 8-minute mark.
Gain of 5 on the play.
Try to
Brings
chew up
up
as much
2nd
clock
and
in between
5.
plays as possible.
clock is running, so Kiel's going to try to keep it in the middle of the field as much as they can.
It's going to be close to get this one off. The ref just gave the 10-second call. It's going to be taking it right down to the very last second. They got her off. Nice cut. Oh, nice play, though. Nice recovery. Very nice recovery. Looks like he was going to break that corner. Very nice recovery that time. Benjamin Heim.
Replays tonight brought to you by Simon's Cheese. They're our instant replay sponsor. Simon's is the home of multiple world champion cheeses. Simon's Cheese located off Highway 41 at the Little Chute exit. Stop there today.
And great chocolate milk in bottles. Love chocolate milk in bottles, don't you? And smoked fish.
Curds and smoked fish. Yeah,
they got a lot of stuff.
They got a lot of great stuff.
Mahler just powering his way to a first down.
Mitchell Mahler
to the 35.
Well, you're right. When he's moving down the field, it's a business decision.
That's right. It's a business decision. Now he's going out of the ball game. Baller's out, and the new quarterback just came in for Kiel.
Yeah. Like that?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Totally agree. Yeah. Absolutely. First game of the year. Up by this much, why not? Give somebody else some experience.
Shotgun and the handoff.
That's Carson Lepisco in at quarterback now for Kiel. Number 22, Mason
Miller on the carry.
With the carry that time.
Now Carson was the junior varsity MVP last year.
Okay.
Yeah, so they bring these young guys up. We talked a little bit about Kewaunee and bringing the young guys up.
How did you know he was junior varsity MVP?
You didn't know that?
No. Where do you find out these? Where do you find out these things?
He was the MVP of the JV team. I don't know what more can I tell you, John.
All right.
I mean, you don't follow the JV squad at Kiel?
Not like I used to, Teddy. Wow. Unbelievable.
When you get inside of 6 minutes.
Mason Miller on the carry.
That was a great little pull. Congratulations. And just show me up again. Wow. Like that kid in class that says, I didn't study, and then like aces the test.
Well, you see number 89 in there.
Yeah.
Keenan Mons.
Yes.
For Kiel.
Yes.
6'2" junior.
Right.
You know about Keenan,
Go ahead.
Right?
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Junior varsity most valuable lineman.
Oh, okay. Wow. Wow. I was talking with Coach before the game for Kewaunee. I said, we used to have a lot of fun when during the halftime when the players played the marching band. Remember that?
That is their second of the half.
But I don't think they had the marching band out here tonight,
I don't think
right?
Because school's not even in session.
Right, that's what I mean.
We've got a timeout on the field, so we'll step away, regroup with our junior varsity stats.
Go.
And join you in a minute. You're watching Showdown.
That's worth coming back.
.5:10 remaining in this ball game. Kiel in control. We got the ball 3rd and 8, sitting on their own 37.
There's that inside reverse again.
3rd or 4th time they've run
at least the 3rd time. Scored on it one time.
Conich on the carry.
It's going to be just short of a first
Logan
down.
Steinhorst on the tackle.
Again, we saw him right earlier in the game.
So bring up 4th and
Brings up
1.
4th and 1.
They're going to go for it, it looks like. Interesting to be going for it. Yes or no?
Trying to run a little more clock here.
Yeah.
These are valuable snaps for these guys that aren't necessarily starters.
Right. Second effort, he got it. Boy, he was hitting the backfield. Broke that ankle tackle, dove across the marker to get the first down. That was big.
Miller?
Yep.
With the first down.
So up to about the 47-yard line. The clock just keeps on winding down now.
First down.
So Coach Dressler in his
First
7th
and 10
season
from the 48.
with Kiel.
Right.
Started coaching in 1972 at Milwaukee Pulaski.
Okay.
Head coach at Milwaukee Hamilton in the 80s.
Okay.
1 year as an assistant at West Alice Hale.
Okay.
Nicolay for a year.
Okay.
3 years at Wausau West. Then Fond du Lac for 13.
Right.
4 years at North Fond du Lac.
Okay.
And now 7 years.
Mason Miller on the carry.
Quite the resume. Quite the resume.
Ben Dorner on
Wow.
the tackle.
I'll tell you what, not sure what his best teams were in all
Loss
those
of
years,
one will
but
bring up second.
this one he's
and
got out there in
11.
the field right now has to rank up there.
Yep, hoping to talk with Coach after the game.
Yep.
Send you down there. And
Oh, I could talk to him all night. We could talk old school football. Actually, I might have seen him play in college because Whitewater used to play up at Northern Michigan once in a while. Used to go to a lot of those games.
kind of had an extra grin when you brought up that matchup.
Yeah.
Miller on
Pregame
the
show you were
carry.
talking about.
Right. Yep, those are good. That was good football. I mean, it's always good football, but I loved it. What was his comment?
Landon Selner on
Every
the
night's a
tackle.
good night for football. Some are just better than others. Love that philosophy.
Brings up
Love
third and 7.
So disappointing night for Kewaunee, but again, you want to be tested early and see exactly where you are, what you need to improve on. You learn a lot more watching the tape of this ball game than if you just pounded some other team. You just learn a lot more right now. Make those corrections early on.
Yeah. So 3rd and 7. It's going to bring up 4th down, and people are going to look at this box score tomorrow and go, "Wow, what a kind of blowout game." And yes, the final score is going to be lopsided, but people will have no idea unless they go back and watch this game film.
Right.
How great a first half this was.
It never had that feeling of a blowout until basically it got into the 4th quarter. And Kewaunee, when they didn't get their last first down, that's where they, put this one to bed.
But 3 touchdowns in that 3rd quarter.
In that 3rd quarter, jeez, that was just something else.
So 4th and 2. Kewaunee looking for a stop, trying to get the ball back here. And they will get the first down.
Second effort. Wow. Tell you what, everybody that
Mason Miller on
Kiel
the
put
carry.
into the ball game on defense, especially in the secondary,
Zach Stengel
was just
on the tackle.
Tasmanian devil
That is
going
enough for
after
a Kiel
whoever had
first
the
down.
football. They're running backs. These, running backs down on the roster. That same type of second effort that the starters have. That says something about the type of program you have when everybody is all in with that kind of a philosophy.
Hey, just want to thank our season-long sponsors tonight as well. Gallagher's Pizza, Simon's Cheese, Gandrud West Mason Value Center, and Packerland Home Improvements.
You bet. Come along for the ride all season long.
Whistle.
Flag on the play.
Starting in August, ending in November, huh?
Gandrud, Gallagher's Pizza.
5-yard penalty against Kiel.
Some
Thanks
of
to
those
Jim Schaller,
sponsors have
Austin
been with us for a
Richards,
long
Long
time.
time.
for
Thank
painting
them
the
for their
numbers on our field
sponsorship
whenever
over the
it's
years.
It's good to have Gallagher's
The field
aboard.
looks
Yeah.
amazing
Boy, I've
through
eaten
your
millions
Boy,
of
they
those
just
pizzas.
opened up a new shop up in Swamico.
That's what I heard.
Beautiful shop up
I always
there.
go to the one in De Pere.
Can't wait till we go up for that Bayport game. You know where we're going for our pregame meal?
Where are we going?
Gallagher's.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Watch Cameron. I want to come along all the time now. Think so?
Yeah. After he had his Matunky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. Another penalty.
And we
Lots
also
of
have
new
to
guys
thank
in there.
We have to thank everybody here at Kiel.
Yeah, all the folks
Or,
up here.
Excuse me, Kewaunee
Kewaunee,
tonight.
they've just been fantastic.
Time on the
The
field
food,
by Kiel. That is
unbelievable. The
their
hospitality,
third and
unbelievable.
final timeout.
Their booster club.
They do it every time we come here.
Yeah, they're just fantastic. These people up here in Kewaunee. But I'm not kidding you.
At
Those,
this time, we'd like
those
to
fat
say
boy
another
pork chops
huge
and German
thank you
potato
goes
salad,
out to Glenn
and all the
Heskey
pizzas
for
that we
his
had that were
many
just
years of
great, and
service
all the different
as
things.
the voice of Kewaunee
Wonderful support
football.
of the programs
Thank you,
here
Glenn, for
by
your
the Kewaunee
time.
Booster
Your
Club,
talents are
and the fans, just the whole gang. Love coming up here.
And of course, we can't go anywhere and get Matunky like we can get it.
That's the
Kewaunee.
only place, baby. Like I said, hey, Fox Valley Lutheran, not trying to say nothing from nothing, but, a little something for the effort. You know what I mean?
My goodness.
Yeah. Well, game one in the books, Teddy.
Yeah.
Basically in the books here. A minute to play in the ball game.
Make sure you look us up on Facebook on Sports Showdown 32. Find us. Have some highlights on there for you.
And by the way, if anybody at Kewaunee finds a pair of binoculars around the stadium, they're mine. Well, that's not a good way to
What
start.
about your glasses? Did you
I don't know where
find
they
your
are either.
glasses?
I don't know where they are either. So I've just been guessing on names and numbers all day.
I didn't want to say anything.
Just so you know.
Anthony Jurabek on the
Yeah,
stop.
that's a good way to start the season. I forgot my glasses to read the roster and my binoculars to watch the field. Not a bad start.
13.
I'm back.
Guess I'm driving home.
I guess so.
I knew it'd be like this the first game. You get used to it after a while.
Last play of the ball game pretty much coming up right here.
First half, I was like, "Ooh, okay."
I'll head down, talk to coach.
Yeah, but
If they decide to reverse again, it might go. Nope, nice job.
I started
Down
to
and
sit down
Wait,
and I had
that
it
should
on my
do
feet.
it.
You sure love that play. It's worked well for
Well,
them.
and again, Kewaunee, again, you're going to look at the score and say, wow, lopsided game, but Kewaunee,
No, didn't have that feel
really
to it at all.
good team, great first half.
And again, they led 21-20.
Take nothing away from Kiel. What a dominant performance, especially
They
in that
got
second
better
half.
throughout the entire ball
Yeah.
game. I thought Kiel got better throughout the entire game on both sides of the field. Seems like you mentioned the confidence factor, and they just gained confidence in the momentum rolled. Okay, buddy, I'm heading down.
All right, John's heading down to talk to Coach Dressler. Time has run out. We've got our first final of the year. Week 1 goes to Kiel with a 49-21 win over Kewaunee. The postgame show starts after this timeout. You're watching Showdown on My New 32. come up with a victory tonight, 49-21, to open up week 1 of the high school football season. Quite a first half that we saw. Kewaunee leading the majority of that first half. We saw some big plays, and actually with 33 seconds remaining in that first half, Kewaunee led 21-20, but Kiel answered with a touchdown to take the lead with 19 seconds remaining in that first half, 28-21, and then Kiel scored 3 more times in that third quarter to go on for the lopsided victory tonight, 49-21. But when we look back at this game, we're certainly going to remember that first half. What a back-and-forth, fun football game we saw tonight here in Kewaunee. Still waiting for Coach Dressler to make his way over to John, so we're going to take another timeout. When we come back, we'll hear from the winning coach. This is Showdown on My New 32. (49-21) Kiel with a victory over Kewaunee tonight. And again, if you're just joining us, you missed that first half. Man, did you miss a heck of a first half, but it was all Kiel in the second half, scoring 3 touchdowns in the third quarter. Coach Dressler making his way over to John Mino right now, and I'll tell you what, it's going to be interesting to hear Coach Dressler's thoughts on this one. He had some big performances tonight, especially from Hunter Scherenbrock. 4 touchdowns in this game tonight for Kiel. A couple of long touchdown receptions, had a 92-yard kickoff return, and he was just outstanding tonight. Let's get ready for our post-game interview. We'll let you know that tonight's post-game interviews are brought to you by Gallagher's Pizza. Now in 4 locations, including De Pere, East Green Bay, West Green Bay, and their newest location in Swamico. John is standing by with the winning coach, Mike Dressler.
Well, thank you very much, Teddy. Well, Coach, first of all, congratulations. But I have to tell you, I don't think I've seen a football game with 2 returned fumbles and a 98-yard kickoff return all in the span of about 5 minutes.
That was incredibly a lot of excitement, and from our perspective, execution wonderful, and another point, execution.
You guys seemed to gain confidence as the game went on, both offensively and defensively.
We made some adjustments at halftime, some things that we felt we weren't taking advantage of. When we came out the second half, we decided to really work that. We had talked at halftime, and our coaching staff did a nice job of making those adjustments.
I thought defensively you guys just threw the football, and when I was looking downfield, and Kewaunee's got such a tremendous passing attack, I didn't see purple jerseys running free ever.
No, we were good with that. We have to do a better job with the exits and the arrows by them. We have to get our linebackers to move out a little bit more, and their eyes were in the wrong place a couple times. And we'll work on that in practice this week.
And then I thought offensively, I mean, you guys seem methodical, and you're running the ball, and your big quarterback's running the ball, and then boom, lightning with a couple of great passes.
Yeah, we really are a pretty balanced football program. We feel that that's important. In high school football, number one, you've got to be able to run the football. No matter what your personnel is, big or small, you have to find a way to have a running program, running for the football. But number two, you have to be able to throw the ball, because sometimes they're going to be bigger than you, and you have to be able to. You just can't simply run into 8-man boxes.
You like that inside reverse?
I do. It's part of it's been with us for quite a while now. We execute it real well. We run it out of 3 or 4 different formations.
I'll tell you, watching him play develop was the touchdown pass into the left corner. Your receiver made such a nice move to turn around that defensive back.
Yes, he did, and Mitchell threw it on time.
That was a when you watch that one on the field, you say, okay, this was a perfectly developed play.
Yes, it was. We were, we did a real good job with that, and I was very pleased with the execution. Not only that, but the pass blocking was outstanding.
What do you take away from this game, Coach?
We take away some things that we have to get better at with substitution packages and making sure the right people are out there. And we have to work a little bit with our outside linebackers' eyes and work with that a little bit, and just, fine-tuning every week. Like this, our next opponent, it's going to be an entirely different animal. So once we sit down and analyze them, the plan's different. So then we have to approach it in a different way.
Not a bad way to start, though, huh?
Oh my gosh, no! Against a team like this,
yeah.
Oh my gosh, no! This is a very good, big win for us.
Number 2's not bad. Keep him around.
I will. He's a fine young man. He's come a long ways, and we're very proud of him. That's why the kids selected him as a captain this year.
Awesome, Coach. Congratulations. Thanks for all your time tonight.
You're very welcome. Thank you for everything you do for Wisconsin high school football sports.
Glad to do it. Like you said, every night's a good night for football. Some are just better than others. Thanks, Coach. Teddy.
All right, thank you very much. Had some technical difficulties during that interview, but got everything straightened out. We appreciate Coach Dressler stopping by, winning coach for Kiel tonight. And what a performance tonight by his Raiders with a 49-21 victory over Kewaunee to open up the 2019 season. Week 2 of the high school football season is next Friday night, and we've got another good one for you. Luxembourg Casco making their way over to Fox Valley Lutheran. So we'll join you in Appleton next Friday night. Pregame starts at 6:30. Kickoff at 7 o'clock right here on My New 32. Once again, the final score from Kewaunee tonight. Kiel 49, Kewaunee 21. Week 1 is in the books. We'll see you in Appleton next week, everyone. Have a great night from Kewaunee.